Yo, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Knicks at Night podcast. I'm your man's Uncle Freezy. How y'all doing tonight? City for real. I see you, Chris Chang. What's good? What's good? Kane Jerry. What's good? What's good? What's good? I see y'all. I see you, Eric G. What's good? Hey, Felipe 210 in the building. What's good? Robert Paul. What's happening? I see y'all. YouTube watcher. What's good? What's good? How y'all tonight? How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling out there? Man. So we just posted a video to the channel. We just posted the first episode of Knicks Freestyle featuring Free Keith and the Ghetto Intellect. And it was dope. I tried to edit it. That's what took so long for it to come out. I tried to edit. I'm not an editor. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not a video editor. But so what I did was just went ahead and just put out there what I had, so it wouldn't get old. And I felt like it was dope. So yeah, man. Yeah, man. How y'all feeling tonight? Soon I will be joined by Hoodie Cav. Hoodie Cav is on the way. So shouts out to Hoodie Cav somewhere, probably eating cereal and watching Marvel Marvel comics. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So I had something I want to run by y'all, man. I wanted to ask y'all a question, and it's concerning to me, right? It's concerning to me. Um, yeah. That's the. Hey, appreciate that, Robert Paul. Appreciate that. So I want to ask y'all a question, and I know y'all are gonna get on me, but it's not. I listen. I'm not disrespecting my family, right? I'm not disrespecting my family when I ask y'all this, right? And I'm not trolling either. I'm not asking y'all this just for the sake of you know, just be asking. Keyshawn, what's good? I legit be happy to see y'all, man. Y'all not just be saying it just to be wasting oxygen or wasting what carbon dioxide, I guess is what you wasting breath, I guess is the. But yo, um, I don't necessarily do that, but I don't necessarily just do that just to troll y'all or nothing, man. I legit um think about what it is that y'all say to me in response to what I say to y'all, right? So if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, share on your social media platforms, join the virtual chat, join the video chat, right? Turn that notification bell on, so the dark one too, so that you can be alerted. Ride the wave, man. Ride that Lawrence Tears wave, because we trying to build something special in there. And hey, King Jerry, we trying to build something special, right? Yeah. So this is what I want to ask y'all: Is Obi Toppin the worst first round pick in recent memory? Is Obi Toppin worse than Kevin Knox or Frank Ntilikina? Is Obi Toppin the worst first round draft pick we made in some time? That's a serious question, right? Because you hope the answer is no, right? As a Knicks fan, as an Obi fan, as both, you would hope the answer to that is no. Eric G in the building.
What's up,
What's good?
broski?
What's good? I thought you cut your beard off. You lying ass.
Nah, I told you it's gonna. I said give it 2 weeks. It's gonna get wild.
Yo, so let me ask you this, and I ain't trolling you, man. I'm not trolling. Just hit me out on it, right? Is Obi Toppin the worst first round pick the Knicks have drafted in recent memory? Is he worse than Frank Ntilikina Is he worse than Kevin Knox?
Come on, man. It's too soon.
Nah,
I
man, you
think he.
can't say. Y'all were killing Frank in his rookie year about this time.
Nah, I thought he was his rookie year. I thought obviously he had Porzingis. They had a little squad where you know what I'm saying he could defer a little bit. You know.
Man, they were killing Frank. They were like, how come we didn't draft Donovan Mitchell? Remember that? Because this time,
Well,
40 game,
yeah.
40,
Now, I mean,
40,
hindsight is 2020.
no, listen, I'm saying 40 games into Donovan Mitchell's career, Katz was like, man, why we chose Frank over him? And Dennis Smith Jr. And Dennis Smith Jr. was killing it about 40 games in.
Nah, I'll be honest. So I'm a little worried about Obi,
I know you're concerned.
but I just
Excuse me.
want to see. I don't know yet. I can't say he's nothing. He's
What is
trash, but
what is Obi? Okay, because here's the thing. Here's the thing. At least when Frank was drafted and you knew Frank was kind of trash in the beginning, you could at least lean on his defense, right?
right.
And when Knox, you were like, I don't know about this Knox kid, but at least he had the potential to score, right? Even if it was inefficient, you knew Knox was aggressive, right? But with Obi, you like he just out there running around. He looked lost. He looked like he legit looked like a kindergartner on a field trip.
Yeah, he looks lost. He does.
Yeah.
Um, right
So
now he's the.
what does Obi do well?
I don't know.
Right, exactly.
I don't know yet. I mean, I hope he's not the bust of the draft. You know, of this draft, and I hope he's not a bust at all. I hope I hope he steps out of that shell. I just think for him, I think it's hitting him all so fast. To be honest. What else,
What's
City?
good? What's good, boss?
I think it's
Yo,
hitting him all too fast right now.
I know, and so my question then seems to be a legit question, right?
It is, but I'm not comfortable giving you the answer you want.
No, and so I don't want you to say Obi is a bust. What I want you to, the answer I want is it okay to at least, consider, what I'm saying, that Obi is not the player that we thought we were getting. That's
Absolutely.
what that's what I'm asking. Because legit, somebody can make an argument right now that Obi is the worst first round draft pick we made in some time. Because at least with Frank, if you knew the offense wasn't there, you were getting at least, effort on defense. Obi's defense
Right
is
now we have
trash.
like right now we have like three of the four last first round picks are panning out to be nothing.
Right,
With
right.
Frank, with Knox, and with Obi.
Don't get quickly.
Obviously,
Don't forget
with
quickly is a
obviously
first.
RJ.
Quickly is
You
a
know,
first round pick too, though.
who?
Quickly is a first round pick.
I know, but what I'm saying is that top, the
Top
lottery,
10. You
top
talking about
10.
top 10 picks? Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, top
yeah.
10. I mean, it's looking kind of bleak right now for their development and them turning into what a top 10 draft pick, you know,
Right. Johnson
historically you would
Linto was
want
good.
it to look.
Andrew Colin J was good. I see y'all. I see y'all. Prince 4T. I see y'all. But yeah, I understand what you're saying. What you're saying makes absolute sense. My concern is this, right? So first of all, the minutes that Obi Toppin's getting right now should be going to Kevin Knox, right? Because at least Knox shows that he's going to do something when he gets on the court. Because honestly, defensively, both of them are subpar, right? But at least Kevin Knox will knock down a 3-pointer for you. You know what I'm saying?
What you think, City? You mute. You on mute.
On what the Obi talk or
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
listen, man, like I wouldn't say I would say we haven't seen enough of Obi yet to judge, you know what I'm saying, to like judge his potential or what he's gonna be because we haven't we haven't gotten a good look of him. Now, is that to say that you know how Tibbs is, like you got to perform in practice and do whatever it is that you need to do, you know, behind the scenes, the stuff that we can't see.
Right.
But I think it's just I just feel like it's too early to tell, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because again, we haven't seen enough of him to like. It would be one thing, and I don't even want to say it, so I ain't even gonna say it. But it would be one thing to look at it to where we say, "Hey, look, this guy is out, and we're gonna start Obi, and he's getting 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Plus per game." And then we can judge to see where, like, you know what I mean? Like to see where he's at. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because again, we've only seen glimpses and flashes of Obi. Like it's hard to say, and I don't want to call it because he hasn't really had the chance to really show his talent, what he has or what he has to bring to the floor. Like, you know what I mean? Because he's only getting it in spurts. He's only getting it in spurts.
Yeah, man. Winston Ellis, what's good? Will Salkin, I see you. I see you.
Chris Chang, I
Uh,
appreciate you, brother.
yeah, man. Yeah, man. Hey, and so I disagree. Right? I'm nervous, bro. I understand what you're saying. You like, yo, Uncle Freezy, don't jump to conclusions now. It's too early. You know what I'm saying? You ain't seen enough of them. You know what I'm saying? But dog, hey, from the little bit that I've seen, I'm mad nervous. Because I'm like, yo, okay, I'll be patient. There is something out there that I could hang my hat on. If there was anything, like legit, if he was a 3-point sniper that couldn't play defense and Tibbs was sitting him because he couldn't defend, I'd be like, okay, once he get his defense together, he'll be straight. But when you look at
Mhm.
Obi, you like, what did Obi do that's good?
Yeah, he missed a nice dunk yesterday when I was there.
Yeah,
So
yeah, man. I mean, I don't know. I don't
But we
know.
can't hang out freeze. We can't hang our hats on that because let's just say this, right? Obi missed the layup, the dunk, whatever you want to call it.
hmm
Now y'all can date back, y'all could go and look at y'all stuff or whatever, but how many superstars have we seen do that?
No, I ain't talking about that. That ain't what I'm talking
Like,
about.
oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. I ain't talking about missing the
I
dunk
think he
or
means like
layup.
just the overall play
I'm talking about overall. I'm like, what is this? What is this kid do? That like what is his skill set? Because he's an outstanding athlete, right? But when you seen him do, we might have seen one athletic play all year, right?
if that.
Yeah, yeah, man. I'm nervous, dog.
Which
I'm nervous.
so I would ask Freezy which play was that? Which one are you talking about?
The one where Kevin Knox drove to the basket and the defense collapsed and Knox hit him off with a bounce pass, and this dude jumped from like Obi jumped from like 13 feet out of the paint and yammed on everybody in the paint. Yo, he came in like Spreewell. You know what I'm saying? That's the one I'm talking about.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'm with you on that.
You
That
know,
or the
but
no look Derrick Rose pass that he took
yeah,
and
that
banged
too.
it. That was it. I mean, really everything. It's never him creating for himself. Like everything has to be. He has to be put in those positions, and that's the thing that I'm waiting to see. And I think I'm hoping that in time, hopefully at the end of the year, maybe we can see a little bit of it, and next year, next season, where he can create offense himself.
Right.
You know, his dribbling's not that great. I get it. But if he can be able to post, he's big. Post up, get a
Right.
post up move. You know, I feel like he's so big, but it's like soft. Like he don't. I want to see him post dudes up. When he has little guys on him, he still
Right.
reverts to trying to shoot that 15-footer or shoot the corner three. Take him to the basket.
I see. I feel like Obi is still set in his college ways, where, like, you know what I'm saying, where he gets the ball right, and he dribbles, and then dishes it. He doesn't look for his shot, even when. Well, there's some games like you can see it, like when he's calling for the ball and he's posting up or whatever. They give him the
Mm-hmm.
ball, like, you know what I mean. I would say
Yeah.
he's like, I would say he's 60-40. Like, you know what I'm saying? 60% of the time he's passing it, 40% of the time he's looking for his shot. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
And he's not really showing us, like, you know what I'm saying? Like what he can do. I, in a sense, like he is, but he isn't. Like, that probably makes no sense or whatever. But, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's doing the things that he needs to do, but at the same time, when he gets the ball, he passes it off. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he needs to be one of those guys right now where you're Obi, you're Obi Toppin, you're Obi-Wan. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you supposed to come in, like, no, I'm not saying go nut or whatever, like, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, like, you know, you gotta come in and improve your worth. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta
Right.
come in and take charge and be a leader. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, be one of those guys that's hungry. Like, you know what I mean? And look for your shots. Get in your bag. Use your moves. Do the things that you was doing that day, bro. Like, you know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Yep.
But we shouldn't have to ask him to do that, though, dog. Is what I'm getting at. You know what I'm saying?
And we also don't know what the coaches are trying to, turn him into, and that's another thing too. He's not like a rookie that's 19, 18 years old. He's 22 already. So he's been playing the game the way he knows how to play the game for as long as he's been playing basketball. So now they're trying to make him do other things now, and he's just learning this. So I think that's another thing too. We're in the middle of learning the game, just the speed of the NBA.
Right.
On top of that, he's learning how to play all around basketball and trying to be in a different position and trying to be in the right place at the right time. And he's not used to that, I don't think. I think he was a free baller, no freaky, a free baller in college where he did whatever he wanted. And it
Right.
worked because at Dayton, he he was the man.
Yeah.
And
I don't
that's what
know,
I
man.
want to
I got,
see.
I got like,
I
oh,
want
Breezy. Sorry, I didn't say hi to anybody.
Hey, man, how you doing?
I'm good.
Color Burks, I
Yeah,
love it. That's
I know,
great.
man. I changed it after he went like what 1-12 or something like that the other
Yeah,
day.
he's wonderful, isn't he?
He's tremendous. Love that guy,
Give me Lonzo.
dude. I'll take anybody.
No, come
Over.
on, man.
All right,
You're
Really?
crazy. Lonzo's 23 years old, man. He will really, really help this team, and he could be a part of the future.
Hey, okay, I'll give you an example why I say that, right? So
oh, I was
out of the
gonna. We still talking about Obi? Because I want to say my Obi take.
go to your Obi take, man, please.
All right, so I don't think I was talking to all the late night shows at this point, but I was not a fan of the Obi pick because I don't think he's a bust. I think it's just a little too early to call all that. You know what I mean? It's been like 30 games or something like that.
No, it's not too early, man. Oh, okay.
Well, let me finish my take because I'm just being fair to him. But I didn't like the pick because there's way too many questions about his game. At least for me in college, it's like we keep kind of us as Knicks fans keep saying, oh well, he was able to do X, Y, and Z at Dayton. He was able to do X, Y, and Z somewhere else, and he has all these skills, and he was player of the year in college and all these things. But his actual translatable NBA skills, he doesn't really have any.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's just an elite athlete, and I always get really scared of those guys, regardless of size. I get scared of the tweeners coming out of college. So like the guys who are neither a point guard nor shooting guard, the guys who are neither a small forward nor power forward, the guys who are neither a power forward nor center. They're kind of stuck in between. And it's like, if you're stuck in between, that's fine, but you need to have a skill or two that mitigates what you don't have, right? So it's like, you could be a small center, but if you're a good rebounder, you'll get on the court. Or you could be, you know what I mean? You could be like a slower point guard, but if you can pass, you'll find a way to get, and so on and so forth. My thing with Obi was like, out of college, I'm like, well, in the NBA, where does he play? Like, if you're drafting this guy, where do you play him? Because like he doesn't rebound, so he's not a power forward. He doesn't defend, so you can't play him as a 3-and-D guy. He doesn't shoot the three really well, so he's not like, he can't really stretch the floor for you. So that was my whole thing. I was like, if we're gonna spend a top,
he doesn't protect the rim.
He doesn't protect. Yeah, he doesn't protect the rim. He's not a shot blocker. He's not a defender. He's not a rebounder. He's not a shooter. And then he's not really. And so I'm like, okay, well, his points are coming from at the basket or at the mid range. But then if you watch his college tape, he was not a pick and roll player. So it's not like he's an elite pick and roll guy. And here, here's the thing: like, if you're not a pick and roll guy in college, if you're not showing that kind of footwork and moxie to get to the hoop, then you're not gonna just magically show it once you get to the NBA. That's a skill that you need to work on for years. I'm like, he got his buckets in college from just bullying younger people. Like he was the fastest guy on the court, and you watch his Dayton stuff, and he's flying up and down the court. I'm like, well, that's nice, but then what happens in a half court set when you can't put him on anywhere? So my whole thing was like, if you're gonna spend a top 10 pick, and this is in general, if you're gonna draft in the top 10, and that guy's not generational, right? He's not like some Embiid or Ben Simmons kind of talent. If that guy's not like that, my question is, can I picture that player that I'm about to draft getting important minutes for me in a playoff game? And when I asked that question about Obi, I was like, I don't really think you can. Like, he can't close a game out for you because he can't defend and he can't shoot and he can't rebound. So I'm like, well, you like, what do you do with him? And so I all that stuff is coming to fruition as we watch him play. It's like, well, all right, I'll give you actually guys another question. Like, why do you think Tibbs is making him shoot threes? Well, because Obi can't dribble and he can't post up because he never did before, and he's not a pick and roll guy. So his only ticket to getting floor time is to shoot the ball. I don't know, like, unless he becomes a magical rebounder or a magical defender in the next season or two, he's gonna have a real tough time getting NBA minutes. He reminds me of like when we, like when Thomas Robinson got drafted, or like, those kind of guys, those guys who were neither here nor there.
Out of college,
I know Thomas Robinson
out of Kansas.
Yeah, because he was just destroying those guys.
Yeah,
dude. So big and strong and fast. And then you got to the NBA, and it was like, well, he's too slow to guard the wing, and he's not a really good rebounder or shot or rim protector, so you can't play him at the 4, and he can't shoot, so where do you play him? And the answer is nowhere. Exactly, the answer is nowhere. You can't play him anywhere. And like I said, Obi doesn't have a skill that mitigates what he lacks. If he were an elite rebounder, you find a spot for him, right? Because then if he were the way he was, and he was an elite rebounder, he'd be Sean Marion, but he's not. And so we're stuck with a guy who we can't put on the court in any way, shape, or form. That's not a mismatch for the other team. I mean, for our team. That's my whole thing on Obi. I'm like, well, where do you actually play him? Like, where can he get significant minutes that he's not a complete, like it becomes a 4 and 5? Because his only skill right now is getting into the open court. And, you can't just rely on the NBA and getting all your buckets on like a 3-on-1 fast break, I don't know. That's my Obi take. Sorry, I spoke a lot.
No, it's okay. That's what we're here for, to speak. Kev, my man.
Well, Kev.
What up, doggy?
Good evening, everyone. Sorry that I was a little late. I got kind of held up at work a little bit, as usual. But I guess I'll just jump right in. I lost my train of thought for a second. So what was most of the conversation about while I've been?
What happened was Freeze
I heard
asked
them talk about Obi Toppin, so.
Yeah, Freeze asked if it's okay now to say that Obi is a bust. And I said it's a little too soon.
Obi is a bust, and we played 40 games into his
I
rookie
know that's what
season.
I said. I wasn't comfortable in saying he's a bust.
That's
I
a
would
little
like to have seen
premature.
more,
Yeah,
but I don't
same. I
think.
don't think he's a bust either. It's too early, but I'm just pointing out the flaws that I'm seeing. But yeah, he's not a bust. I mean, it's too early. You can't say that. Like
I
he
mean,
doesn't look.
Mhm.
He looks like he's a step behind, but he doesn't look like he doesn't belong in the NBA. Like he clearly belongs in the NBA. That's not the question. You know?
I think the word bust is used a lot because this is what Freezy does, and I bet Freezy did ask this question because he'll do things, he'll say things, right, but then he'll say stuff to contradict what he says, like, oh, I think Obi Toppin is a bust, and then the next day he'll be like, Knicks fans, we eat our young. Like you just said, our rookie was a bust, but then turn around and say that we eat our young. So which one is it? That's what I don't get. Here's the thing about Obi, right? And everyone's down on Obi. Everyone's down on Obi because Knicks fans, and I've said this time and time and time again, Knicks fans want instant gratification, right? We want the right now, what's right now, right now, right now. And if you're not doing anything for me right now, you're just no good. I don't want you to develop 2, 3, 4 years. I want you to be like LeBron James out of college. That's how every rookie should be. And it's like, no, that's not how it works.
Right.
Not every flower grows at the same time. They don't all bloom at the same exact time. It would be nice for that to happen, but it doesn't. And Knicks fans, for those who probably are anywhere within a 10-year range of me, right? We've been losing for so long. And any sign of something good, we're like, oh, wow, we're 500 and we need to win now. The time is now. We can go ahead and get a championship right now. And it's like, slow down. Take a time out. I watch other shows and other people, and everyone's so quick. Like, if you're not doing anything, oh, they just need to be traded. They need to get out of here. We don't need them. We can get a superstar from another team. Everybody want to come here and play for the New York. Like, again, no, they don't. And slow down. This season, to me, obviously is good. I mean, we're around 500, but also it's been bad because coming into this season, all you heard was development, and teaching, and development, and teaching. But it's like you're 500, and you get to like the fifth seed in the East, and everyone here, oh, we're fifth seed in the East. We're gonna win. We're gonna make these superstar moves to take us to the next level. But people don't realize like 500 really isn't that good. Like you're a mediocre team, so you jump from bad to mediocre. But people don't want to hear that. And then if you're not doing anything to get us over mediocrity, then you need to be traded away for Zach LaVine. Like Zach LaVine is not stuck in mediocrity himself. and and I think that's the issue. Like they have no patience. They have no patience because they're just tired of losing. They're tired of being a laughing stock. They're tired of wearing their Knicks clothing at Walmart. And people are like, oh man, you're a Knicks fan. That's funny. I'm sorry for you.
Hmm.
And it's like, oh, well, you can say, oh, we have Obi Toppin. And they look at you like, man, he a bust. He don't do nothing. And that's what it is. And so you want that instant gratification. No, Obi Toppin is not a bust. Obi Toppin didn't come into the league averaging 25 and 12. I'm sorry that didn't happen. But one, he doesn't even get that opportunity to even do that. I don't think Obi Toppin played more than 20 minutes a game this season. The young kids on this team, here's the thing. The young kids on this team have to prove way more than a lot of these veterans on this team do, right? You sit here and you say, Obi Toppin looks bad on defense and can't do this, he can't do that, and that's fine. Nerlens and Will gets a couple blocks a game, but can't catch a ball if somebody literally had a gun to his head with the trigger half pulled. We give Nerlens Noel this pass. It's okay. He's not here to catch the ball. Catching the ball and scoring points, that's not necessary in basketball. That's fine. But Obi Toppin needs to catch the ball and do something with it. He needs to be like Amari Stoudemire in his rookie season. So that's one way you can look at it. And it's not the fact that Obi Toppin, and they say he looks lost, but I don't think that Tom Thibodeau, I'm going to say this kind of the right
Sorry,
way.
this is for Gregory Castillo. He said, trap alcoholic, eat the G. Nah, I just like to have a couple drinks, and this is my fun time. So when you do things you enjoy, sometimes you like to have a little drink with it. I happen to have a little drink every time I come on the show. It's all love.
All right. What was I saying? I literally forgot everything I was about to say. Oh, Tom Thibodeau is a little bit like Adam Gase. Yeah, I said it. Because Tom Thibodeau is going to teach his system. It's his system, and that's it. Either you're going to fit into it or you're not. He's not going to adjust his system to the players that he has. You better fit in or else. I don't have time to teach you. I'm trying to be a 500 basketball coach. And that might come off weird. That might come off, and they'll be like, well, he plays RJ, da-da-da-da-da. How many times have we, or has anyone come on this show and said, why is Tom Thibodeau not playing RJ? Why is RJ in Tom Thibodeau's doghouse? RJ needs to go to the G League. RJ is a buzz. RJ is just not going to be good enough. Tyler Hero is better than RJ. Stop me if that's never been said before on any Knicks channel at all. Like I'm making it up. Because if I haven't...
No, listen, that was said right here on this channel.
Yes. So if that's the case, don't come here because people want to use that as an excuse. Like, oh, he plays RJ Barrett. RJ's been in the doghouse too. He's had to climb his way out of it. But no one's even going to say that, RJ might go back. You're like, oh, he plays quickly. He kind of plays quickly because he has to, right? He kind of has to. But it was left up. The proof is this. If Tom Thibodeau doesn't have to play quickly, he won't. He won't. And there's proof in that statement. There's merit to that statement. Because whenever Elfrid Payton has an okay game, quickly hasn't played more than 15 minutes. Regardless. I've seen Alec Burks be played over quickly. Alec Burks. And I'm going to get started on him. So, yes. Don't give me the excuse that he plays quickly and him and Mitch. He plays Mitch because he probably has to. Because he doesn't want to play Taj Gibson because at this stage of Taj Gibson's career, he's pretty much washed. Taj Gibson is playing because of injury. Nerlens Noel can't catch a lick.
Oh, my God.
Nerlens Noel couldn't catch a beach ball. So, I mean, you just have to. There's moments, and I've seen the last couple games where I was like, you know what? Kevin Knox will hit that shot, Reggie Bullock. But Reggie Bullock supposedly plays his defense, and all the metrics say that he's not actually playing all that good. But I could be wrong. I could be crazy. I could be the crazy one.
Nah, you're not. For other things you be saying, you could be crazy for that, but not for this. Not for this one. I
I
agree
keep
with you on this one.
I
I
keep it real.
no,
Yes,
I know you
everyone.
keep it real for
My
what
favorite
you
cereal,
think.
Kicks.
You keep what you eating?
Hmm?
It's like
What you eating? A
berry
parfait?
cakes or whatever.
It's Kicks.
I haven't seen that
What?
cereal in years, bro.
Oh, chicks.
Kicks.
It's literally
Oh
on.
my God, Kicks. That's the cereal that my
Wow.
grandmother used to give me when she didn't want when she punished me.
Kicks is probably
I
my
couldn't get
favorite
none of
cereal.
the other stuff. I couldn't get like honeycombs or like
Mhm.
Frosted Flakes or Lucky Charms. No Fruity Pebbles. She would give me that.
Wow. And she was probably like, Kicks is really good. You should really enjoy this.
I will
Kicks
say
is alright now as an adult. I don't mind. Like I haven't bought it in years, but if I had it, I wouldn't be mad at eating it.
if it's just chilling in the cupboard somewhere. I will say this, Kev. Like I agree with you that we got to give these rookies more leash. The one thing that's a little frustrating though with Obi is that like he was the Wooden Player of the Year, and so like I'm not expecting him to be All Star, obviously. But if you're gonna win an award like that, I figured he'd look a little more just comfortable on the court. Like he looks really uncomfortable, and that's frustrating for me. Like it's like in the NFL, like when you draft the Heisman, you don't expect him to be a superstar, right? It doesn't always work that way, but usually the Heisman guys look a little more comfortable than the other guys who get drafted.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, well, Obi won the Wooden Player of the Year. Like he's the College Player of the Year. And if you look at the list of these guys, they're not all stars. They don't always pan out. Fine, but they at least look a little more competent or a little more comfortable. When I see Obi, I'm like, man, he doesn't even know. He doesn't even know what his spot. He doesn't know what his spot is on the court yet. That's a little. It's frustrating, but it's just a little worrying. I'm like, you would think that a guy who won that award would be like, all right, this is my shot. I'm gonna get my shot, and then we'll go from there. But when I watch him play, I'm like, he doesn't even know what his shot is. And like for a player like Knox or Frank or whatever, like guys who were projects, you give them that leash, because they were projects, and be bumpy road for those guys. But I'm like, well, what's the point in drafting the Wooden Player of the Year if he looks lost?
I mean, I also don't, like I said earlier, I don't think that. Have you seen Tom Thibodeau? I guess this is where I think he has a little bit of an Adam Gase kind of syndrome. Because Tom Thibodeau doesn't change his system.
Yo, wait.
Players.
You say you got Wick cereals? Robert Paul.
That is the Wick cereal, though, I'm not gonna lie, but it's fine. But it is the one
That shit comes with a block of cheese.
I'm pretty sure I didn't buy a block of cheese when I bought my cereal.
Juicy juice.
And no, I don't think I have yet to see in any game a traditional pick and roll play. Like a Steve Nash and Amari Stoudemire type pick and roll play. Have you seen that? Because I haven't seen that, not one time.
I'm gonna stop right there. Who on our roster can do that?
That's another thing too.
Just please tell me tell me two players on this team who can either be the roll man or can run a pick and roll as a guard or as a ball handler.
I think, and we haven't had that much of a sample size, but I think Derrick Rose
based off skill.
Obi could.
No way. He never did it in college.
He did. He ran pick and roll in college. I've seen him run pick and roll at Dayton.
And it's only alleys to the rack. But he can't do that on the land of the trees in the NBA. He has no mid-range game. He can't dribble and he can't post. So you can't run a pick and roll.
This whole thing of saying I really hate that when you say he can't. I guarantee he can do all those things.
I'm sure he could, but not at this level. Like if you didn't do it in college, the odds of you picking up a skill in the NBA that you didn't show in the years before high-level basketball are really slim.
Pick and roll is a high-level skill because I teach eighth grade kids pick and roll.
Pick and roll at the NBA is a really high-level skill.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
I almost guarantee Obi Toppin can run a pick and roll.
When he runs to the hoop, like his pick and rolls in college were literally he did like a screen, and again because he was the biggest, fastest guy on the court, he just bum rushes his way to the hoop and they throw him an alley. Again, that works when you're playing St. Bonaventure. It doesn't work when you're playing Philadelphia 76ers. It's not the same thing. Like, you
So
can't
you're
just pick
trying
up.
to say that in a set, half-court set.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think who is, I guess.
We don't have two guys who can do it on this team.
So Derrick Rose can't run the pick and roll.
Him, yeah, that's one.
Because you just said we have nobody on the team.
All right, obviously I'm being facetious, but we don't have more than 3.
Okay, so
Facetious is a good
Derrick
word.
Rose couldn't get Obi Toppin in a pick and roll situation.
He could be the guard, but Obi's not a good role man, is what I'm saying.
I don't know, man.
He couldn't set a pick and run to the basket and roll to the basket. Obi Toppin can't roll to the basket. You're saying that?
You're oversimplifying what rolling to the basket is.
I'm asking, can he or can he not roll to the basket?
Well, they all can roll to the basket, but can they do it at a high level? I mean, the pick and roll
is hard.
Offense is difficult when you don't have the shooters or you don't have a big who can create his own shot. Because sometimes, and we don't have that. We don't have a big who can do that. Besides, when you Randall, of course.
You're oversimplifying the pick and roll. Pick and roll you run in high school is not the same one you run in college and the NBA.
I'm simplifying it because it should be simple. It's A, B, and C.
A pick and roll is not
A, then you got to do B.
It's not.
Then you got to do C. People are really. It's not over. I'm not oversimplifying it. You're overcomplicating the situation.
I don't think I am.
Derrick Rose set up Obi Toppin to where he screens his defender, slips, and rolls to the basket. Can that happen?
Sure, and I'm telling you that Rose isn't the problem. It's Obi. He doesn't have the skills to be an effective role guy.
Mm-hmm. What are the skills to set a pick?
Half our team can't set a good pick.
So, I mean,
all right, fine. I'll give you that. I'll let's assume he can run a perfect pick. What happens after the pick? If you're
you gotta make this. You gotta.
No. If you're the role guy in a pick and roll, you set the screen. Now what do you do? Because it's such a
read the defense. This is where here counts.
Get out the way.
Again, read the defense, right?
Huh? It's reading the defense.
You got all right. Here's the thing, Kev. You know this. You got a split second to not only read the defense, but you have a split second to then figure out your shoulder and your pivot foot technique and what you're gonna do when you get to the rack. At the NBA, that needs to be split second level. You think Obi Toppin has that?
I hope.
He doesn't. He didn't do it in college. Why would he start magically doing it now? That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh, wait a minute.
He didn't show these skills in college.
Let me ask you. No. It's not a skill because
it's not a skill.
You're trying to say this.
Reading the defense is not a skill.
Once you leave college, you're done learning. The player is a finished product. That's what you're saying. You said because he didn't do it in college means he can't do it because he didn't do it in college. So that means he can't pick up anything else in his entire NBA career. No player.
That's not what I'm saying.
No player out of college picks up anything new.
That's not what I'm saying.
They don't learn anything new.
That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying.
It is what you're saying because you say he didn't do it in college means he can't do it now. So it means he cannot learn a new skill.
Kev, I'll do it this way. And chat, hear me out in this too. Panel, same thing. If anyone has ever played basketball in their lives, even at the park, right? And you like shooting threes at the park, and you're really good at shooting threes at the park.
I am.
Then, right, or fine. Let's just say you're good at shooting threes from the park. And then you try out for your school's team. And you make your school's high school team or whatever. And then you the coach is like, "What are you really good at?" And you're like, "I'm good at shooting threes." And they're like, "Well, we already got 2 3-point shooters. I don't need another one. I'm gonna need you to the only way you're gonna get on the court is if you start rebounding." And you're gonna be like, "Well, I don't really rebound." Can you just magically learn to rebound just like that and just be going into a game?
But color box. What if you shoot better than the 2 shooters that they have?
No. The coach is like, "You don't shoot better than them. You don't shoot better than them. I don't play with more than 2 shooters. The only way you get on the court is if you start rebounding."
I mean, if you want to
play,
what
I can do is learn better techniques to be a better rebounder.
And you're telling me
I'm not going to say that I'm going to be perfect at it.
Oh, sure.
But I can learn better techniques to
absolutely.
do it better.
And you're like, all right, coach, I'll start learning to rebound. I want to get on the court. Do you think that the ease of learning to rebound in a high school game is going to be as easy as it was for you the way you were shooting threes on the park? No, because it's not a thing you've been practicing.
Yeah.
And so that's what I'm saying with Obi. If you have not been running a pick and roll against elite defenses or have shown the ability to read defenses at the college level and have skills that a rolling big guy needs in the NBA and college, at least somewhat, then you're not the odds of you just magically doing them in the NBA are low. Not saying it's impossible. I'm not saying that at all. But I'm saying you're kind of working from behind. And so if the guy, if Obi has not been practicing how to do a pick and pop for the past 5 years, he's been doing anything at Dayton or whatever, he's not just going to magically pick it up when he gets to the NBA. It's going to take a long time for him to get it. And so that's why when he goes on the court and he tries to do these moves that he did in college, because those are the natural things that he has to do, if he doesn't do those things, he looks completely lost. And so that's what I'm trying to say here. You can't just say, oh, well, he can run and jump, so he's a pick and roll guy. That's not how playing basketball works. Like, if anyone has ever played at any level and you have to start doing a different thing than what you're comfortable doing, it takes a long time to get your muscle memory going, to get your comfort on the court going. I mean, these are all these things. That's just a normal thing. I'm not saying they're impossible. Kev, in this hypothetical, you may learn to be a good rebounder, but the rate at which you learn to be a good rebounder in a game is going to be way slower and less comfortable than if you were to than if the coach told you, you know what, my shooter is sick, I need you to get on the court and start shooting. Even if you haven't been practicing shooting at that team, you're just going to get on the court and start letting them fly because you're used to doing it. And so when it's like, when Obi's just used to running up and down the court and just getting easy 3-on-1 fast breaks and flying over these 6'5" guys at St. Bonaventure, and he can't do that no more, he doesn't have like the things that there's nothing that he's been practicing at Dayton that I can say, okay, we can find it applicable. When you look at prospects, you have to see, like, potential is potential, right? But they have to give you a start. They have to give you something that they at least shown, at least in some kind of, give you a glimpse of. If they give you a glimpse of something, then you can say, okay, now I can develop what they have as a starting point. They have a fundamental skill, and then I can hone that skill and make it really, really good. But if Obi's never shown that skill at the collegiate level, then you can't just say, well, we'll magically make him learn it, because it's gonna take a long time. And that's all I'm saying. I'm saying it's impossible. I'm saying it's really, really hard. If you look at just the way players develop, their skill sets evolve based off what they probably were showing in college. That's just the way it works. Like that's all I'm saying about Obi. Like, I don't have faith that he could run a really good pick and roll because he's never really shown even above average rolling skills in college. He doesn't have, tell me if I'm wrong in any of these, based off what you've seen so far. He does not have a post-up game. He does not have a triple threat face-up game. He cannot dribble, and he cannot play the mid-range. So in what universe is he magically a good pick and roll player right now if you can't do any of those things? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a reason that Tibbs is making him shoot threes, because that's the only way he's going to get time on the court. You can't have him be a pick and roll guy. You can't have him be a post guy. He's not a rebounder. He doesn't play defense. He can't dribble. He can't dribble. So he's not even a mismatch to bigger forwards. The only way that this guy's going to get on the court right now is by jacking threes up, because he can at least kind of do that competently. So I'm saying, like, it's not as simple as, oh, we just got to run pick and rolls for him. Well, he's never shown himself to be a pick and roll player. If Tibbs was tomorrow was like, you know what, we're going to start running pick and roll offense. We're changing everything. We're going to run a pick and roll offense. Who's he running the pick and roll offense with? D Rose and Randall? You know what I'm saying? Like that, like that's what I'm trying to say here. Like, you can't just change things and take away what players have shown that they're actually good at. It works that way in any pro sport, right? Like, you can't. All right, I mentioned Heisman winners, right? like Reggie Bush run a Heisman from just running outside the tackles, right? He caught pitches at USC and had averaged 10 yards a carry. He was the top pick, and we went to the NFL.
And that worked at in New Orleans for
right?
the first couple of years.
In New Orleans, they're like, well, we need you to run between the tackles, and he's like, well, I've never done that.
He got hurt.
He got hurt too, but besides that, when he was not hurt, they had him like running between the tackles and diving past the defensive tackles and having to read the second level of the offensive line. And he's like, I never did that, bro. They just pitched the ball to me, and I ran and I did shake and bakes, right? And it took him years to get over that. It's not as simple as, oh, he's a good runner, so he can do it. It takes time to get those adjustments going. Like, if he was not a pick and roll player in college, he's not gonna be a pick and roll player right now. That's not how it works. Like, another example is like Blake Griffin. Blake Griffin was doing pick and rolls in college, so when he got to the NBA, he picked it up pretty quick. It helped that he had Chris Paul, but it wasn't like Chris Paul was getting him into the position. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't. He set the screen, and then it was all on Blake to do all the defense reading, picking the pivot shoulder and the pivot foot, knowing how to lead a defender off his hip, knowing when to back down, knowing when to pop, knowing when to take a mid-range, knowing when he had a dribble drive, knowing when he got that is skill, and he was already doing that at Oklahoma. So when you do it in the NBA, it's a lot simpler. That's all I'm saying. If you look at any role guy or any pick and roll partnership in the current NBA, you'll notice that there's not that many of them because it's a really, really hard thing to do. Like, it's not just something that me and you can start picking up. I've been ranting, but it's the same example. Like, back to this theoretical, hypothetical Kevin example. If you are the guy at the park who's really tall, and you're just the tallest guy at the park, you're 6'5" or whatever, and you just dunk on all the 5'11" kids, and then the high school coach is like, you know what, I want you for my team, or AAU's like, I want you for my team, and then you get there and you realize that the 6'4", 6'5", you're not playing big anymore. You got to play a wing or a guard, and you're like, wait a minute, I can't do that. Mm-hmm. That's what this is, and you're gonna get destroyed by these 6'4" guards because even though you're 6'4", you've been playing center your whole life, and that's all I'm saying. Like, Obi was not showing pick and roll. Look up his highlights. Everyone can see him. They're everywhere. He was not doing like complicated offensive moves. He was just beating by these kids from St. Bonaventure, bro. And so I'm like, well, and not that I'm hating on these guys. I don't care about mid majors or anything like that. I didn't like the pick because of that. I'm like, what are the discernible NBA skills that we're taking with our top 10 pick? Like, what are they? Can you guys name me the 3 discernible NBA skills he has? 2 discernible NBA skills he has, at least at a reasonable
I think that is where I think the disconnect comes from, is because you think there's a difference between a natural skill and ability and things that you have done, right? To me, things that you do are attributed because of the natural ability that you have. Not, this is my natural ability posting up, right? Because posting up is not an ability. It's just something that you do. So is Obi Toppin a big enough, quick enough, shifty enough person to post up, right? Because like I said, posting up by itself is not a skill, right? The smallest person on the court can post somebody up. I've seen Chris Paul post somebody up.
Well, he's skilled enough to do a post up.
Yeah, but but you say he's not posting is not a skill.
It is a skill. Posting up
is not a skill. That is a trait. That is something that you do on the court. You have to have skills to attribute to posting up. But posting up by itself, say this player posts up and that's his skill, right? That's not a skill. That's just a thing that you do. Like, is this person big enough, strong enough, shifty enough? Does he have that twitch? Does he have that burst? Does he have does his hips fluid enough to spin when he gets into the post? Does he have the touch to do a hook or a fadeaway? Those
Posting up,
are
hold on.
things that are
You're-
skills, but actually saying posting up is a skill, I don't think that's true, because that's not posting up is not a skill. That's just a thing that
I
you do
think it's
with
a
your
it
It
skill.
is. Yo, can any schmuck who plays basketball just magically post up if you told them to?
Again,
They could not.
posting up is not a skill. The
No, that's a
skills you
skill, Kev. I
do.
mean, it's not
Yo,
one
bro.
that is
No.
it takes
Okay, that's like
the
saying,
biggest
okay,
amount of talent, but it's a skill that one develops. Not every basketball player can post up.
yes,
You're
every
wrong
basketball
here,
player. Hold on, every single basketball player, right? Because what exactly is a post up?
Like where you're putting your back into the
Again,
guy who's defending you,
exactly. So
defending you,
every single
and you're
player,
dribbling and you're pushing down at the same time. No freaky.
yes, every single player can do that. Literally,
No way.
every
No, but
single
we're not
player
talking. We're
can
talking.
catch. Hold on. You're trying to say that a player can have the ball and have their back to the ball, dribble, and attempt to back somebody up. That's
So why don't Mitch
that's
do
a
it?
skill.
Because all right, how about this, Kev? I'll give you this. Next time.
Mitch doesn't do it.
Oh no, when it's warm outside. No, when it's warm outside, right? And everyone's playing in the park this summer. Go and ask one of the random kids to start posting up. They're gonna lose the ball, bro. They don't know what they're doing. Like that's a skill. You have to practice that.
No, because here, like I said, the skill is what you do in a post up. The skill is being able to dribble while backing someone down.
They're both.
That's a post up.
No.
That's a
The
skill, bro.
skill.
That's literally what that is.
No, the skill is dribbling. The skill isn't backing somebody down. Anybody can do that.
Yeah,
If you
but
didn't have to dribble, you can do
that's
it.
not a post up thing.
Hold on. The skill is dribbling. The skill is the touch you have to do. The skill is in the fluid, the natural fluidness of your body to be able to maneuver your body in a way that you can do a turnaround, that you can do a hook, that you can do things in the post. Those are the skills. But posting up by itself, to say post up, is not an actual skill.
100% is a skill.
Nah, you're wrong, Kev. It's
I-
okay.
it's
It's over.
not.
Hold on, Kev. I'll use the same example, the same hypothetical. If you're the big kid at the park who just, I don't know, not even the big kid, you're tall and you just shoot all the time at the park. You get invited to try for the high school team. And they're like, I need you to post this guy up. And you've never practiced, or you've rarely practiced posting up. You've only practiced in the park once or twice. Are you going to be able to start playing post at a reasonable competitive level just because you play basketball? No. You can't just do that. You can't just do that. I think you're right on the other stuff being skills, but the act of posting up itself is a skill. If it were not a skill, everyone would do it. If it wasn't a skill, everyone would do it.
Why Kev got out?
I'm going.
He's eating.
You're what? Oh, you're eating.
Yeah.
Them kicks are not cereal no more. They just part of they dust. They part of the milk. No, you might as well just drink the bowl.
Yeah, Theseus. Yeah. But you see what you're saying?
Yo,
like,
City, I see you. Listen, City. There's only one reason to be in your garage after midnight.
He's chilling.
You chilling.
Yeah. Well, no, Theseus in the chat, like you're almost there. You know, the
City,
drop.
you got a drink with you?
The more fundamentals you have make up your post game better. Yes, fundamentals are skills. That's what fundamentals are. Do you guys know that? Like fundamentals are skills. When you say someone is a skilled player, you are commenting on their fundamentals. Can they dribble? Can they catch? Can they post? Can they rebound?
It's definitely a skill. I don't know if City thinks the same, like if it's a skill.
Yeah, no.
You don't think post up's a skill?
Right. Like a post up is a fundamental thing. Yeah. Theseus.
I agree.
Setting a pick is a skill.
Okay.
Man. Setting a pick is a skill. Setting a pick is a skill. Setting a correct.
And we only have one big that could do it.
Yeah. If everyone
Taj Gibson.
if everyone could set picks, basketball would have been solved a long time ago. I'll tell you that much. We wouldn't even be playing the damn game if if people just knew how to set picks. Anytime, this is not for this is for everybody. Anytime someone says anything about fundamentals, a fundamental is a skill. Fundamentals are skills. They're the same thing. Setting a pick is a fundamental part of your game. It's a skill. Like, I don't know why this is a point of contention. If everyone could set a screen, then we'd have have you guys seen Mitchell Robinson play? Like
Yep.
it's just if it were not a skill, then everyone would be able to do it. Yeah, every piece of fundamental thing is a skill. So I don't know how people could kind of disagree with that. Being able to just post up correctly without losing the ball. Most people who think they're posting up they just back down until a player aren't doing it the right way. Like, yeah. Catching the ball is a skill.
For sure.
So yeah, that's my whole thing about Obi. It's like, well, what are the things he's been practicing or not?
Mm-hmm. Well, I like I said, I just look at and Obi, just I guess to wrap the whole Obi thing up, is way too early to call anything on Obi Toppin.
I agree with that. That I agree with. That I agree with.
I mean, like I said, a lot of Knicks fans just don't have patience.
Yeah, you're wrong.
No,
This whole conversation is going to a place I don't know, man.
Did I say anything wrong, Stevie?
No, I know. I think I heard some things that are questionable, like posting up is not a skill. Posting up is a skill.
Any fundamentals is a skill. Every fundamental is a skill. Yeah.
Right, and also that it's too early for Obi Toppin is not true, because I think what we've done is we pick and choose, like we're hypocritical. Like 40 games into Frank Ntilikina's career, we were calling him a bust. But the funny thing is he had at least one discernible skill. Like you could put him on the floor and to allow him to play defense. With Obi does nothing. You don't know. Obi is out there for cardio. That's all because he doesn't do anything, right? You're like, what is Obi good at? It can't be dunking because he doesn't dunk enough. You know what I'm saying? It can't be athleticism because he doesn't show his athleticism enough, right? So what does Obi do that's good? And so with Coach Colorblocks, I understand where you're going with the tweener, when you're talking about the tweeners. Because when I think of tweeners, the two NBA players that come to mind is one is Monte Ellis, right? You remember Monte Ellis?
Yeah.
And the other is Anton Jameson. Remember Anton Jameson?
Yeah, but you know my thing too about these the I don't know if I think you dropped out when I mentioned this. I'm not even against tweeners. My whole thing about tweeners is that you need to have some skills that mitigate what you're missing from the other position. So like Antoine was a tweener, but he could shoot and score, so he was a mismatch. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or like,
right.
Yeah.
Right. I agree with you.
Yeah.
But
like
Anton could also rebound outside his area. Like he was a great get it rebounder.
Exactly.
Like if the ball was on the other side of the floor, he could beat bigger, taller guys to rebounds outside of he just beat guys based off of quickness. You know what I'm saying? Not because of just strength, but because of quickness, right? Kind of like how Rodman did in a way. Where Rodman wound up being strong too, but I mean, my thing with Obi is I think we use the pick and roll as a lame excuse to hide the fact that Obi Toppin can't score in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody in the NBA doesn't need the pick and roll offense to score. Obi just doesn't have skills to do anything in the NBA. And to me, it's a travesty because I watched the offense that Anthony Grant ran at Dayton. It's legit. When I listened to Legion of Knicks podcast and Coach Colorbox, you might have been there too. Y'all broke down like these offenses and stuff. So I went back and I looked at Dayton's offense, and Dayton's offense is intricate. Like when I heard the announcers talk about how high level it was, and I was like, well, okay, if it's high level, let me see something here. I need to see something. And then I saw pick and rolls that led to backdoor cuts away from the basketball. And I was like, wow, I thought the ball was going to go to the roller right there, or to the 3-point shooter in the short corner, but it wound up going to a dude that was cutting backdoor. I never saw anything like that before, right? And so when the more you watched it, and then you watched Obi throw those passes to dudes that were cutting backdoor, and you're like, oh, wait a minute, this dude can be something.
Yeah.
But then he gets to then he gets to the Knicks, and you're like, okay, we're not running a high level Princeton offense or whatever it is they ran. I don't know what it was, right? All I know is that you had to have a high IQ to play in it, right? But Obi gets to the Knicks, and you're like, why is he even playing? Why is he even playing over Kevin Knox? Kevin Knox should be getting those minutes. You know what I mean? Obi does nothing. He does. And the game against Brooklyn, told it all, because we needed somebody that could knock down a three in the corner, and we were legit out there with Frank Ntilikina, Obi Toppin, and some others. And Kevin Knox could have knocked down 3 or 4 of those threes that we got, right. But I mean, I'm not for sure. I know I know Leon. I think the front office is making Thibodeau play Obi, but Obi does not have any discernible skills, bro.
That's right, City.
Yeah, he don't have any discernible skills. I mean, I don't know what he can do. I don't know if Obi played against a bigger athlete, a bigger soul athlete, could Obi take him off the dribble? I
No,
don't
he
think
can't
so.
dribble. He
I'm
can't
not gonna
dribble.
lie, Freeze. You know what I would like to see? A game, like, I don't know, maybe a game like, if we can get a playoff spot, maybe not have to play the whole way to fight for a playoff spot. If like there's like 3 games left in the regular season and we already got a spot, it'd be nice to see. Just I want to see Obi get 30 minutes, 35 minutes. Let him rock. I want to see what he could do. At some point this year, I want to see him get more than 10, 15 minutes, and I want to let him rock. I want to see what he got.
I
Because
don't know,
sometimes
man.
you pull a guy with 5 minutes and a 5 minute stint, he's just getting in the rhythm of the game too. That's another thing. Like, we don't know what he is, because he hasn't even been able to get in the flow of the game, really, to be honest with you.
Right,
In a game,
right.
I haven't seen Obi get in the flow in the game. I mean, maybe in preseason he had a good game. That was it.
Yeah, but the preseason is the same thing. It's closer to playing at Dayton than it is the NBA.
What I'm saying is, though, it was the pace.
Right,
That's
right.
the first time where I was able to see that. The only time, really, all year that I was able to see. Okay, he got 10, he got
Yeah.
6. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. He got 10 and 6. Okay, in 22 minutes. Fine. You know, maybe he's gonna be something. But I'm saying I would like to see throughout this year, maybe, over the next 27 games or so, I can see him get some time where it's more than 10 minutes, more than 17 minutes, more than 12 minutes a
Right,
game.
right.
So I want to see him. Give me 30 minutes in one game. Find it
I want to see.
somewhere.
I want to see the opposite. I would rather see Kevin Knox get those minutes and
Right.
sit Obi down and work on, because so Hoodie Cab said something about 2 months ago, and I don't want to rehash it. And Hoodie Cab, I promise you, if you rehash this thing, I'm telling you, you're in for a fight.
I don't
But
even know what you're gonna
but
say.
but Hoodie Cab said something a couple of months ago. Hoodie Cab said, Tom Thibodeau said, you have to earn your minutes in practice, and before you get on the court, you have to earn these minutes. And he was hypocritical because Austin Rivers stepped up from day one and played. D-Rose stepped up day one and played. And now you got Knox on the bench getting all these DMPs when Obi is playing in front of him, not doing anything. I mean, I can't figure this out like me. I think Knox needs to get these minutes because he at least brings at least one discernible skill to the court, where Obi hasn't shown a discernible skill since he's been here.
Yo, Freeze. So who do you feel like we need to get rid of?
Nobody. Why you need to get somebody?
That's what I'm trying to. Why did they get rid of somebody?
No, well, I'm just.
Well, you always talk
I'm
about getting rid of Burks and
No, they got to go.
no,
right.
They
Well,
got to
that's
go.
somebody that got to get rid
proposing.
of.
See, look, I'm proposing the question because, like, obviously, as we look at it, obviously, people got to go. Like, you know what I'm saying? There are guys on the team that needs to go. Like, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I would say I'm not saying that we're gonna trade somebody. Like, you know what I mean? Because y'all already know I've been saying it for the longest, and I've said it on MBK, whatever. I've said it, like, you know what I mean, that I feel like all of our moves are gonna come EIA off season.
I
Like,
agree.
you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really see us doing anything right now to what do you call it, bolster the roster or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just think we got our feet set for off season.
I agree.
But
Yeah,
So
I feel you. I understand where you coming from, man. But what I would say to that though is if we make a move, make sure it's a careful move. Like legit, we don't want to, you know what I'm saying, do something crazy, like, you know, thinking we're gonna um, you know, capture a castled queen by pushing pawns. That ain't gonna work. Like, I mean, you have to observe, watch angles and openings. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, what I'm getting at is let's not think we're gonna trade for, say, a Lonzo Ball and not give New Orleans anything in return. Right? That's just not gonna happen. Right? And then and let's not just try to shelf Elfrid Payton. You know what I'm saying? Like just let's not just trade Elfrid Payton to Portland for a second round pick when our point guard situation is not even close to being solved. Right? So let's what I'm saying is let's be patient. Let's do the obvious stuff. Obi Toppin is giving you nothing. Like, he's not giving you, in his limited amount of time, he's not giving you rebounds. He's not a knockdown 3-point shooter. His defense is not average. You know what I'm saying? He's not a decent rim protector. He's not. He's just a great athlete. Right? He's like Kenny Skywalker. Remember Kenny Walker?
mm-hmm,
Out of Kentucky that played for the Knicks. He's like Kenny
mm-hmm.
Walker, just like, you know, a dude that can jump. That's basically it right now. And we
please,
have to find,
Somebody in the
we have.
chat said, sorry, somebody in the chat said Derek Williams, and that made a lot of sense to me.
yeah, please. I have a question. What do you think
You know,
by next year of the starting five I'm gonna put out there? They're not gonna. They may be not gonna win a championship, but I like it. A start, something to build off of. You have you get Lonzo, Gary Trent, RJ, Randall, and Miles Turner. Whether you do it
so
through
who's going?
trades and some of the
So who's going to play the three for you?
RJ,
Because I know you're not saying RJ Barrett at
he already does it.
no.
He already. I don't know. People don't. He already guards the three. He already plays the three.
And
Most of the
how
game
does
when
he look?
Rose and Quick
How does
are
he
in the
look
game
when
and
he's
Rose
actually playing comparable
and Peyton and
threes?
Peyton and Burks are in the game. RJ's guarding the three and playing the three.
And again, defensively, how does he look like when he's
He doesn't
playing
look bad.
above average threes
So
defensively?
you're saying, so right now you're saying your shooting guard is Reggie Bullock. Reggie Bullock is your shooting guard right now. Is what you're telling me. I'm
Who, me?
Oh
asking.
yeah.
I just
So
want. I just need some clarity.
when he's in the lineup, yeah. But when he's playing in the lineup, he's a three. So when he's playing the game, he don't guard. First of all, he don't. The idea that Reggie Bullock's this all all pro defender is just
I know I didn't say that. I'm asking, is Reggie Bullock the Knicks starting shooting guard?
Yes, no, he's a 3. But when
Okay.
he don't play predominantly just the 3. And when I'm talking about the team, the 5 that play the most minutes. When we're talking about, when I'm talking about the last couple of games of Reggie Bullock, he played like 37 minutes a couple of games ago, whatever. I'm talking about when it's RJ and Rose and Quickly and Randall. That unit, Rose ain't guarding the 3. Quickly ain't guarding the 3. RJ's playing the 3.
But weren't we just sitting here the other night saying that our guards and our wings are too small?
Right. That's what I was. That's what I
Literally
was
just said this like
about.
last night, the night before, that our wings are too small.
Reggie. Yeah, I looked on ESPN.com this morning, and ESPN has Reggie Bullock listed as 6'6", 189.
No.
Legit
189?
6'6", 6'6", 189. It's on ESPN.com. Check it right now. Yeah, that's
That's
what I'm
because he
saying.
got like 4 inches of hair.
No, I don't know.
I was gonna say I don't think he's 6'6", but
Hey, man. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how to.
No,
I
I'm
always
not.
thought
I'm
he
not
was
disputing what
6'7".
you're saying. I'm just saying like.
I
And
always
RJ,
thought he was
RJ could definitely play the 3. He's not a small. He's not 6'3", 6'4". He's like 6'6", 6'7".
Yeah.
Why? And at 20 years
Clyde
old,
Drexler
he's
was
still doing some
6'7".
growing.
Yeah, Clyde Drexler was 6'7", 215, and he didn't guard small forwards either. You know, and I know you. I know, and you know,
I'm
what
just
I'm
saying.
getting.
I think RJ could do it.
Yeah. What I would do is, instead of moving around your prized possession, I would just go get somebody else to do it. You know, it's like moving furniture. It's like trying to move furniture using your car. You know what I'm saying? Instead of using your car to move furniture, man, just go get a rental truck. I mean, come on. You know what I'm saying? Some stuff just makes too much sense. Like,
I do have a question for Eric. Are you trying to say get Miles Turner in the off season?
Get Miles Turner right now.
No,
I'm saying whatever we have to do, like whether it's through trading now, a couple guys now during the season, and then next year in the offseason getting like Gary Trent in here or somebody like that, then okay, we'll do it however it gets done. I would like Miles Turner. He can shoot. He definitely plays
I would
defense.
love Miles Turner here. Like,
He plays defense, and he could create his own shot. I'll take that.
It's just, what are you giving up for Miles Turner? So.
You're probably giving up Mitch. You're probably gonna give up Mitch, yeah, a first, or maybe Mitch and a second.
Mitch
I don't know.
Second from Miles.
I'll do Mitch in a second.
It'll be Mitch in that Dallas pick.
Whatever, I'll do it, and then do the other pick and get Lonzo, and send Peyton over there or whatever back home to New Orleans. And whatever other players not playing. Knox, you can send Knox.
Foy Trey said RJ is 220. Hey, RJ Barrett is 220. Are you serious? I don't know.
He is. I'm gonna look it up.
RJ Barrett is not 220. RJ Barrett is not 220, y'all. I mean, come on, man. Come on, y'all. I mean, yeah. I mean, I understand. We're using round totals and stuff, but let's not say that RJ Barrett is Jimmy Butler all of a sudden. RJ Barrett is not big like Jimmy Butler and Kawhi Leonard. I mean,
he's 6'7", 214 pounds.
Right.
Well, he has only 6 pounds off. It's not like he's way off. And he is 6'6". He's 6'7". So I don't see why he can't play the 3.
He can't play the 3 because it makes no sense for you to put RJ.
But he does it already.
Okay, so he guards 3s, right? He guards 3s. What does his offense look like when RJ Barrett guards 3s and he shoots 3 for 19? Y'all like, RJ Barrett can't shoot. Come on, dog.
I'll never say that. Listen, RJ Barrett's had a great season.
We can't have it both ways. You know when RJ Barrett plays up against somebody that he has a bad offensive game, and the first thing we say is that RJ Barrett can't shoot. I mean, we legit can't have it both ways, man.
Yeah, but I can't. We also can't say that he's 20 years old and he can't grow into being
Um,
a good three.
or 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 you cannot put a refrigerator on the top of your car to take it home. You can get a moving truck to get the refrigerator to bring it home, or get the delivery service to bring your refrigerator. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't get why we want to put a couch on top of our sedan. You know what I'm saying? It don't make sense to me. You know what I'm saying? Instead of doing that, just get a guy that can do it.
But he can do it.
Dog, what you're saying, just, I mean, it legit,
He's six
like
seven and he's 20 years old. He's probably gonna grow a little bit more.
I
So
feel you.
at 6'8", at 21 years old, you tell me RJ Barrett is gonna be a shooting guard? He
Hey
can't be a
man,
three.
we'll,
He can never be a three. He does it now
we'll
already.
okay, okay.
I'm not talking about when they put the lineup out there and they give you the ticket and it shows you the starting five and they give you, all the player profiles and it says the starting five today, RJ Barrett's the two. I get that. I
So
know on paper they say
why
he's the
don't you do
two.
it? Why
But when he's
why why
playing the
you
game, he
why are
guards
you
the three.
forcing why are you forcing RJ to do it? Why don't you make Obi do it?
Obi can't be a small forward.
Why? Because he's not athletic enough.
He is athletic enough. He just can't do it.
Mm.
Why? Because he's
You
not
know, I
smart. Because he's
wish.
not smart enough.
He's too slow. He's too slow.
You think Obi could be a three?
What about Kevin Knox? Why not get Kevin Knox to do it?
Kevin Knox could. He could. I mean, I wish I could say that he could do it. Physically, he
But
has. When you look at him, he could do it. But he's not gonna.
isn't Kevin Knox already a three?
Yeah, he actually is a legitimate
That's what I'm
three.
saying. When you look at his physicality, yeah, he's a three. But he don't play nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I think people think because someone doesn't play, like he's there's a I don't know. I'm not gonna get into it.
I mean, like Knox haven't even been getting minutes. Like, you know what I mean? And
Right.
I would say that's if we on that, I would say that's to his own detriment. Like, you know what I mean? Whatever Tibbs sees in him, like, you know what I mean? He's not cracking a rotation. Let's just say, like, you know what I mean? And should he be cracking a rotation? It's one of those things. You never know, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, Knox, he does his thing, right? Like sometimes he does his thing. Let's just get that out the way. He hits open jump shots here and there or whatever, but like he doesn't. If we're looking at him from a defensive standpoint, then he's not fitting the bill. Like, you know what I mean?
You know what kills me?
Yeah,
This is what's funny.
and
This
by
is a
the
funny
way,
thing, right? This is the funny
RJ
thing.
is listed as a small forward.
Someone says this is Knicks fans, right? Man, all Kevin Knox does is hit the corner three. He doesn't do anything else. And then you see like the end of the last two games. Man, I wish we had somebody that could hit the corner three. And it's like, wait a minute. I know I'm not crazy. Because it's legit. That's legit. People will legit say, man, Kevin Knox trash. All he does is hit the corner three. And then you'll see games like the Brooklyn game, and then you hear Knicks Mavs game. Man, I wish we had somebody that could hit the corner three. And I'll just be looking like, really? This is,
Hey
you don't
man.
remember
Hey,
what you just said?
I have a feeling. I have a feeling you about to get in your emotions about Kevin Knox.
I'm
We ain't
not
about
getting
to
my
go there.
emotions on Kevin Knox. I'm not
We ain't
I'm
getting in
just
about.
my emotions.
saying.
I said I
Listen,
wasn't doing it. I mean, have you? I
R,
mean, is that legitimate? Not something the Knicks fans say. Do they say
No,
like,
no, I agree with you. But yeah, I agree with you. That's a true statement in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
that's all I'm saying? Because they watch
You
Alec
can't
Burks
have
and
it
Reggie
both
Bullock.
ways.
They watch Alec Burks and Reggie Bullock on back-to-back nights miss wide open corner threes to at least tie the game.
Hey, City for real. See, we legit just co-signed it, and he's still talking about the same thing. See what I mean?
No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm done. I'm over it.
Okay. All right.
Kev just needs something to eat.
I had Kicks, a delicious bowl of Kicks. I'm doing shameless promotion for Kicks.
Listen, sometimes I get so mad because listen, R.J. Barrett is listed as a small forward.
I think he's listed as guard forward.
What does that mean?
As in, they don't know what to listen, but I think he's
No, what that means is that he could do both. That's what that means.
But when you watch
when I hear the
him,
Knicks talk about him, the Knicks says and that shooting guard R.J. Barrett. So with a website
because
says,
that's okay. They put so if tomorrow's game R.J. Barrett's the point guard, at point guard is R.J. Barrett. That don't mean that he can't play the 3 or the 2. That's just the lineup that he's playing that position tonight.
Well, that's the thing. We got guys. That's the thing. We got guys that play multiple positions. Like, you know what I'm saying? Look at what Burks did the last couple of nights. Right? He played point guard. So you gotta say, is he a true point guard? No, we already know this. No, but can he play it? Yes, but is he efficient at playing it? No, like, you know what I mean? But he can do it. That's the thing with our whole team. We got guys that we have guys that are on a team that can play multiple positions, but we look at them as if that's the position that they need to play.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. That's what's needed for the team. I got you.
Yeah, and that's the one thing we can't do. Like, yes, we know. Can RJ play the 2? Yes. Could he play the 3? Depending on whatever lineups they got. You know, whatever lineups they got out there, can he play the 3? Yes, he can. Like, you know what I mean? But it doesn't mean that he's a legit 3 to where we have to say, yes, put RJ at the 3 and, you know, and go about it to where we feel like, oh, he's a legit 3. No, he's just a multi-talented guy. Like, you know what I mean? Just like a lot of our other players, multi-talented guys that can play different positions. And this is the reason why Tibbs likes those guys, because they can play different positions at any given time.
I think Tibbs is an old crazy man. He does things every single night that's like, you old crazy man. I don't know. I just think that he does not adapt. He has yet to adapt. But people.
Boy, Kev, how can you say he is yet to adapt if people say Tibbs don't play the young guys when most of the people that we got on our team is young guys? Like, I'm just saying. And he's been playing them. He's been playing Frank. I mean, recently.
Right now.
Recently, he's been playing Frank, but, like, you know what I'm saying?
He's been playing Frank because he has to. He legit
at given times, he's been playing Obi. At given times, he's been playing Obi.
I think that comes from upstairs. I really think if Tom Thibodeau didn't have to play Obi, he wouldn't.
I agree.
I think his boss wants him to play Obi.
I agree with you, Kev. Like, all of the Obi stuff is from CAA. It's all upstairs.
I mean, hey, you never know. It could be. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? He's playing quick. Like, you know what I mean?
Again, didn't I mention earlier, if he didn't have to play Emmanuel quickly, he wouldn't? He wouldn't play him nearly as much as he did.
So who do you think he would play over Quick?
There was a report. I'm trying to figure out who it was. It might have been Volkanov. There was a report. It was during an All-Star week, and we were off for a week. That Tibbs wanted to trade RJ and Mitch for veterans. Like, had Tibbs been president of the basketball operations, we wouldn't have these kids. We wouldn't, because he didn't even want them to begin with. He wanted veterans to help him win right now. Tibbs cares about the right now, right?
Right.
So you keep saying, "Oh, he plays the kids." He didn't even want them. He
But it
legit
doesn't.
did not even want them.
But that's
So
the
don't
thing.
sit
He
here and say
still plays
he's
them.
playing them because he has no choice. That's who he has. So he's rocking with what he has.
So are you saying that? Are you saying that Tibbs could have played other people over those guys?
This is what I know. I know against Brooklyn, we needed a player to hit a corner three. And a player who took that three is like an 8-year veteran, and he missed it. But there's not one question in my mind. There's not one doubt. Had that been the third-year forward out of Kentucky, he would have had a better chance of making it than the guy
So
who
I
took
would
the shot.
say, so Kev, I would say this, right? I would say our main problem is just inconsistency.
Our main
Like,
problem
you know what I'm
is
saying?
when you
We're
need to
just
score
not
when in the
we're
late
just not
in
consistent.
the games where we need to score, right? It's fourth quarter and we need some offense. You got Reggie Bullock in the game. I don't remember the last time I saw Reggie Bullock hit a shot in the fourth quarter. Can someone please show? I could be wrong. I don't know. I just don't remember Reggie Bullock hitting a shot in the fourth quarter. But we need to score points. You got Reggie Bullock out there.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is all I'm saying is this is that the guys that we have now, they're just not consistent. Like, you know what I mean? And even with their inconsistency, they got us to the point that we're at, right? Right? And they've been doing things to get us to a place to where we wasn't where we were at last year. Like, you know what I'm saying? And this is even with these inconsistent guys. Like, you know what I mean? But if we're gonna bank on things and say, yo, listen, these guys can just show up all of the time, man, listen, our record would be better than what it is right now. You like you dig? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, our record would be okay if we just missed how do you how do you say? We just missed a couple of games, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Where I feel like we left 4 games in the air that we could have won to where, like, you know what I'm saying? We would be at least like 2 or 3 games over 500 right now as we speak. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's not taking a knock on any of the players. I'm just saying that our inconsistent play led us to led us to our record that we have right now, pretty much, is what I'm saying.
So here's the thing, and I want to get into because I was talking to some people in the chat about Kevin Knox's defense and Reggie Bullock's defense, right?
So whose defense is better? Sorry, man, I didn't mean to cut you off, Kev, but
No.
whose defense do you think is better? Yeah.
Between
You got
Reggie Bullock and Kevin Knox,
honeycombs. Yeah. Yeah,
honeycombs
whose
really,
defense is
you should
better?
really go to
I
the
got
Yeah,
my
he's got.
honeycombs.
get some kicks. Here's the thing. I think Kevin Knox can do more on defense. I think Kevin Knox at their stages, because defense is something that you can learn. Defense is not. How about this? Defense is not a skill, right? It takes certain skills to play defense. But defense, saying a player plays defense, that's his skill. No, defense is, do you have good lateral ability? Do you have the hands for it? Do you have, the fluid hips to play defense? Do you have anticipation for defense? Is it a level of aggression that comes with playing defense? Now, someone on another channel says that Reggie Bullock plays really, really good pick and roll defense, right? I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but okay. Kudos to you, Reggie Bullock, for playing pick and roll defense. I think the only thing that Kevin Knox needs to work on defensively, because here's the thing, when the man is in front of Kevin Knox plays good defense. Like man up. If you tell Kevin to man up on his man, Kevin Knox plays just as good a defense as Reggie Bullock does. Probably better defense than Reggie Bullock does when it just comes to like your man is in front of you. This is what it is. Now, if you tell Kevin Knox at this stage right now, if he has to guard, like Kevin Knox is good at guarding bigger wings, i.e., like Chris Middleton, right?
Mm-hmm.
I saw Kevin Knox do a fantastic job, and I'm going to use this word, locking down Chris Middleton. Like when it comes to like bigger wings like that, Kevin Knox is fine. But when Kevin Knox has to guard like the shiftier, kind of smaller wings, that's where he kind of has a little bit of an issue. Because he's not shifty.
But see what I would say is this, like, would I trust? All right, so I'll say this, right? Like with Kevin Knox, right? He's a good defender. Okay, he's okay, right? But is he a better defender than Reggie Bullock? No. You know why? Because when guys are coming around screens and all of that types of stuff like that, Kevin Knox is not the guy that you want running around chasing a guy around screens, bro.
That's what I just said.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, okay, I got you.
I said shiftier, smaller wings. Like Kevin Knox is not good at guarding those type of players. Like when you got to run around screens and do all that, no.
Mm-hmm.
But like the bigger kind of players that just gonna get the ball and do something with it, I think Kevin Knox will be fine against those players. Like the Harrison Barnes type of players, or players like that.
Right.
The Bogdan Bogdanoviches, or Kevin Herters, players like that. I think Kevin Knox will be fine. I think players like Gordon Hayward. I think Kevin Knox can guard Gordon Hayward because Gordon Hayward's not shifty. He's not fast. He doesn't rely on his speed.
You're bugging now.
I'm really not. If you look at the type of player that Gordon Hayward is, Gordon Hayward is a bigger bodied. I'm going to try and I can shoot.
He will sun Kevin Knox.
But I think he falls in that category where because he doesn't rely on speed or shiftiness.
Who, Kevin Knox?
No, Gordon Hayward.
Oh, okay.
Gordon Hayward is not that type of player. Gordon Hayward is a bigger bodied, I'm going to try and kind of muscle you a little bit kind of player.
And what would Kevin Knox do with that?
I think Kevin Knox would be fine against more of those type of players than the run around the perimeter kind of players. Kevin Knox had a better chance of guarding those players more adaptly than the ones who were running around.
Okay, a better chance, but he still would do a terrible job.
I don't think he would. Like people think he's terrible because like he's been bad in the past. But Kevin Knox early this season took great strides, and you cannot sit here and say that Kevin Knox was a liability on defense this season. Kevin Knox was not a liability.
He had his moments where he
Every
tried.
single player had his moments.
No.
They didn't do
Listen to what I
anything.
said. He has his moments where he has tried defensively. He still failed, but it was better because he tried. But he still failed every time he tried to defend someone. It was just better because you saw the motor. You saw him try.
What happened is you see him get beat backdoor by what's the dude from Indiana? I can't remember his name. And then you say, oh, Kevin Knox can't play defense. But then you turn around and see Reggie Bullock get beat backdoor, and Reggie Bullock's still a great defender.
No, I don't think that either.
I mean,
he's also trash.
That's the thing. People think Reggie Bullock can't play defense, but how many times have you seen Reggie Bullock get beat backdoor, but nobody says not one word, not one single word, iota at all?
They both trash.
No, but Reggie Bullock's just superior lockdown.
Kevin Knox and Reggie Bullock, they both trash.
Ooh, how about everyone thinks that Reggie Bullock is great All-NBA first-team defensive player, obviously.
Listen, if Kevin Knox was what you think he was, he would be playing right now.
Kevin Knox is what I think he's still not playing. It doesn't matter what I think.
Maybe in some AAU. If he jumped into some AAU league right now, he'd be tough.
Do I believe Kevin Knox is a better basketball player than Reggie Bullock? Yes. Yes, Kevin Knox is a better all-around basketball player than Reggie Bullock. But guess what? Reggie Bullock still plays
hard.
Wait.
He plays hard.
Wait. So we're saying, okay. So we're saying Knox is a better overall player than Bullock.
I'm saying that yes, Kevin Knox. Write it down at 1:30 a.m. on March 18th. I'm pretty sure I said it 20 times before. Kevin Knox is a better overall basketball player than Reggie Bullock. Yeah, Kevin Knox can do more on a basketball court better than Reggie Bullock.
Yo, Alawai said Knox has no lateral movement. He's flat-footed too. In them size 18 cement Pumas.
I'm pretty sure he doesn't wear a size 18, but I don't know what size he wears.
My only question would be is if Kevin Knox is who you say he is, how come he's not getting any minutes?
I know he should be a superstar then.
It's not up to me. If I was the head coach of the New York Knicks, then I would have more say so. But I'm not the head coach of the New York Knicks.
Kev, let's just say this. It's a good thing that you're not the head coach of the New York Knicks.
Listen, if I was the head coach of the New York Knicks, we'd be a lot better team than we are right now. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I said I'm a better coach than Thibodeau.
You're bugging.
I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. But no, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
I'm like Whoopi Goldberg and Eddie, okay? I can be the head coach of the New York Knicks.
I might watch that movie tonight.
Yeah. If Whoopi can do it, I can do it.
Hey, Eric ain't going to watch that, and he gonna finish his honeycombs and go to sleep.
Nah, I'm done. Listen, I finished my joints faster than Kev finished his kicks. Shit.
But no, so bro, what we got Orlando tomorrow, right?
Yeah, we can't lose. If we lose Orlando, then we have problems.
So do y'all feel like this? Do y'all feel it's a must-win game? Because I feel like it's a must-win game, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is a must-win game, and I said it earlier too. I said, like, yo, I don't want us to come out feeling like just because we playing Orlando, we gonna mash out and straight, like, you know what I'm saying, and just straight up destroy these guys. Like, you know what I'm saying? We gotta be able to humble ourselves, right? Humble ourselves and come into the game and realize that, guess what? This is a year that anybody can get it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Anybody can get that L. Like, you know what I'm saying? It does not matter who you got on your squad because, you know, I said earlier, like I said, man, we in the coronavirus right now, and you never know what's going to happen, man. I just don't want the team to come out and think, oh, yeah, we're playing Orlando tomorrow, so it's automatic.
This is
Like,
my
you know what I'm
thing.
saying?
You lost by combined 8 points to the two best teams, arguably in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
Two of the top 5 best teams in the NBA. You lost by a combined 8 points on the road to both of them. You can't be at home and lose to Orlando by 10, by 15. You got to beat them by 10, by 15. If you lose to Orlando after losing to Philly and Brooklyn on back-to-back nights by a combined 8 points, you're in a bad place. You got to figure it out.
Right. So you guys think we get that dub tomorrow?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
with
I don't
it.
know about think. I hope.
Listen, last time we went down there thinking we was going to beat down the Orlando because it was a must win. We're going to beat Orlando. They beat us by 20. Short-handed.
But
Let me
what
repeat
was
that
the key
again.
words?
The last
What was the
time
key
we
words?
played Orlando thinking it was a must-win and we were going to beat them, they beat us by 20.
What was the key words that you said in that?
They beat us by 20?
No. The key
that's
words to
We
what
were
you
in a
said
winning
in that
streak,
was the last time.
and it was a winning streak.
All I'm saying is this. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Every time the Knicks get ahead of ourselves and we just think we're just going to beat down somebody, what happens?
Right, but that's what I was saying, Kev. That's what I was saying. I want the team that's what I said. I said I want the team to go in, like, you know what I'm saying, and not look at anybody lightly and think, oh yeah, we're playing Orlando, so we got this. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's no, we on the same page, bro. I'm with you.
I've seen us go up against a short-handed Cleveland team. They had to play Damian Dotson as his starting point guard, and we lost to them. You remember
Why
that?
would you even?
Yo,
Why you bringing up old stuff?
David Parker, who looks like Whoopi Goldberg? You better stop being disrespectful, bro.
Because it's relevant. We're in the same season. This just happened. So no, I'm not taking nobody lightly. I can't say we're gonna beat this team because they just
Yeah,
beat us
well,
by 20.
we ain't built like that, so we can't take anybody lightly. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, but we're gonna win tomorrow, and then we're gonna beat Philly too.
I'm with you. I respect that because, like, you know what I'm saying?
Kev, they say you look like They say you like Whoopi Goldberg.
I wish my bank account looked like Whoopi Goldberg's.
Mine too. Shit.
That's about it.
Y'all gotta stop disrespecting my man Kev, yo.
I mean,
We joke around, but y'all gotta not disrespecting my mans like that.
I'm perfectly okay.
Cause you got a full belly of kicks.
No, wait a minute. Why you trying to turn the tables, man? Didn't you just have the honeycombs?
I had the banging ass honeycomb. They were banging. I was the first. I had to open the box. It was the first. I had the first bowl. David Parker, you don't even got a picture, bro. I wonder what you look like. Get out of here. I look like Robert Saleh. I'll take that. Let me see myself again. Yeah, hopefully I can coach like him too. I can get a couple W's for these Jets this year. Yeah.
I don't
Yo,
know.
come on, yo, the what? Yo, come on, E. Why did you have to say that? You know you're gonna get Kevin his Jets back. You just had to
Nah, I'm
say
a
something
Jets
about
fan
the
too.
Jets.
I'm a diehard Jets fan.
I know, I get it, but like, come on, you're gonna get him in his Jets bag, and then he's gonna be.
We're gonna win. We're gonna win. We're gonna surprise people. Yeah.
I'm doubling down the fact that I'm even more under the belief that Sam's going to be back next year.
Yep. Especially with Deshaun Watson having 4 sexual assault charges.
I mean, even if that was because teams are starting to dwindle down on the need of getting another quarterback, right? So, and 'cause I was reading articles earlier today, like I said, I just think Sam's going to be back. I hope Kenny Galladay doesn't go to the Giants because I don't feel like
he's going to the Giants. He's doing a physical.
I heard he was on a visit. Now, anything can happen on a visit.
I know, but that's close to the Jets. Maybe he can come home to the Jets too.
I heard that Cincinnati had an offer out for him.
That would be tough if he went to Cincinnati because they got a good offense.
He was still going on the visit, but AJ Green just signed with Arizona.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good. They got a good offense too,
yeah. I mean, why does Arizona need all these receivers? They got like 33
I know.
of them.
They got 4 good receivers.
I want the Jets to get another receiver because God, why
they're gonna get Juju?
Like, oh, we re-signed Jeff. When I saw that, I was utterly pissed off.
Nah, they're gonna get Juju 92 from the top.
Re-signed Jeff Smith, the worst receiver I've ever seen. Dropped every single pass.
Terrible, but
he literally dropped every pass. Every pass. Not some of them. Everyone.
Who's Tyrone Hill?
Wow, what?
Who's
That's
Tyrone
what they
Hill?
said Kev looked like.
That's an insult.
Who's Tyrone? Who is? I'm gonna look him up. Because I don't know who the hell that is.
Probably the ugliest man ever to be in the NBA.
Oh, man, that's not good.
Kev, don't be mad. The other day, somebody said I look like a dude from New Edition.
Yo,
Johnny Gill.
I can't remember which one they said, but you know what I'm saying? It's what they said. I
look like Johnny Gill.
Tyrone Hill. That's fucked up.
Yo, come on, man.
Yeah, they gotta stop. You don't look like Tyrone Hill. That's cool.
Every time I think Kev is cool, he be hitting me.
I be what?
Yeah, he be hitting me with the jokes.
No, are you saying that? Wait, they said you look like the guy from New Edition?
That's what somebody said. I don't remember who it was.
Oh.
Yo, they wildin'.
I can't remember who it was.
Holy shit,
Ronnie.
Yo.
Ronnie
yo. Yo, come on, man.
That's funny because I'm not gonna lie, I can see it.
Yo.
I can't.
Yo,
fucking I'm crying, yo.
Huh?
Yo, you serious?
Yes. Look, do you know who Ronnie? Go Google Ronnie DeVoe.
Hold on. I'm looking. Yeah, I see the Ronnie DeVoe joke. I just saw it.
Yeah.
I just saw it. Okay.
Oh. Yo, the chat. Oh my god. That's funny.
I'm okay with that.
Oh,
I guess. I mean, it's nothing I could do, right?
I mean, it could have been worse.
Yeah.
But
an old school dude, you know what I'm saying?
Funny.
Yeah, because Ronnie's old now. I mean, they're all old.
Yeah, like an old school dude. Come on, man.
But they don't look old. That's one of the things. They don't look old at all, which is weird.
Yeah, that was the funniest couple seconds ever on the show. The chat is lit right now.
I love it. Yeah, I love it.
They all crying. They all in tears, yeah. I love it.
Oh, man.
Nah, Dave Parker started it, yo. He's cutting ass on everybody. They said Freezy looked like Orlando Pace.
Oh, wow.
Yo, they gotta stop, man.
You guys, y'all too much.
Freezy gonna come out here and get wild on y'all.
Oh yeah, you already know he about to chime in any second.
Any second.
No, but
Uh-oh.
there he is.
Yes.
There he is.
Believe
Let
it,
him
and
know,
it will
yo.
happen.
So my Jets haven't done anything since we signed Corey Davis, who I'm not
And the
really
Jets
100%
aren't going to do
sold on.
anything since y'all signed Corey Davis. So, what
Nah,
you
Corey
trying to
Davis
say?
is a great pickup.
I really, if there's one player that I want to get, and I'll be happy, and I won't care about anyone else in the offseason, I want Keanu Neal.
Yeah, he's a good safety. That's a good pickup.
Because
And I want Trey Turner.
Keanu Neal is Jamal Adams without all the diva elements of Jamal Adams. They're literally the same player. And we'll have probably the best safety combo. And here's the thing, Keanu Neal and Marcus May were teammates for like 3 years at Florida.
Yep.
And he'll be great in the system. He'll be able to move Marcus May back to his more natural position of free safety. And I do not like the Patriots going back to their 2 tight end systems they had a long time ago.
Yeah, but not only that, they got 2 good ass tight ends.
So we need
Hunter
another
Henry
safety.
and
I don't like Ashton Davis. If Ashton Davis plays a third safety kind of role in like a dime
nickel.
package kind of thing, I'm okay with that. But I don't want him to take more than 20 snaps in a game. No. You can probably be a special teams ace.
Yeah, the chat definitely made my night, yo.
Yeah, yo,
They
for real.
really,
Yo,
they
as
on
well.
it
I'm
tonight.
about to jump in the chat just because like
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I've been in the chat. I've been using. I got my phone. I got one phone that's I'm doing the show on right now on my camera, and then I got my other phone. I see I'm in the chat.
oh, no doubt.
I'm working in the chat. So
Yeah, you know, I feel you, bro. Like yeah, I'm with it.
but listen, that game we gotta win. We gotta win this game tomorrow. For sure.
It'll be an
Yo,
interesting
Kev,
game. Yes.
hey, yo, Kev, tell Freeze, I'm gonna jump in the chats for a minute and chill for a sec, but I'm gonna jump back on. So just be on the lookout, like you know what I mean.
No
will do
doubt,
that.
City. Appreciate you,
All
yeah.
right, for sure.
Good rocking.
Fellas, I'll be back.
Now I'm supposed to be getting up tomorrow to drop. Oh man, I yawned. It's the first time.
Nah, listen, we need to get another couple players, bro.
I agree. Over the cap has us still over like $50 million.
We the number one team with cap space though, 50 million. But we made the third biggest jump in improvement.
So
they said. I would like to get.
So Gav, I thought you were gonna call it at 1:30.
Oh, I mean, we can. I mean, I know the chat is still kind of going
They
strong
in it right now.
Probably
hot
go
right
a little
now.
bit
The chat's
longer.
hot.
I'll probably say around, see what's going on around 2:00.
Yeah, the chat is funny, yeah. They said Rob and Nick look like Cecil Fielder. They crazy.
So, yeah. I think we will probably wrap up tonight around 2 since it's already like 1:48. So
yeah, that's good.
We're gonna wrap it up in a little bit. So tomorrow we got a game.
Oh, that's gonna be a long one, a long night. We
Or
can
today
rock out.
we have a game against Orlando tonight. I think they're healthy. The last thing we need is
we're gonna lose to them, right? Healthy.
Well, the last thing we need is Terrence Ross coming in again, dropping 20 on Alec Burks, because Alec Burks can't play a lick of defense either.
He got weird feet too. He got weird. What did he runs like that?
Who? Alec Burks?
Yeah.
He's goofy.
His feet is like too big for his body.
He's the most ungangly person I've probably ever seen.
And
Because
Derrick Rose is out again.
he looks so awkward.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you ever, I promise you, I'm not making fun. No, I am making fun of it. I'm not. I'm not gonna lie. But just watch Alec Burks front. Everybody in the chat do that, and then tomorrow come back to me and tell me that he's not like ungangly. I'm trying to look at the last game that Magic played. They ain't played in a while, have they?
I think a couple nights ago.
Hold on. I'm trying
I
to
think
see.
Vucevic put like 38.
What's today? Wednesday?
Mm-hmm. They play Monday, right?
I don't think they play since Sunday.
That means they have some back-to-backs.
Look at their box score from their last game. Wow. When I tell you I'm looking at their last game, and I can tell you literally nobody scored other than Vucevic.
He had like 38, right?
Listen to this. Vucevic
38.
had
He had
38,
38, and he had and Terrence Ross had 31, and they scored like 95.
and nobody else. Listen, the next highest score is 9. But
I
Mark
know.
one is Bacon.
I
And
know.
then literally nobody else scored.
I know.
That is amazing.
Bad. It was terrible. He had like 38, 12 or something, right? Vucevic?
Yeah, 38, 10, 6, 2 steals.
And Terrence Ross had 31. Yeah.
This is amazing how nobody else scored. That's amazing.
Yeah, they're really. But they're about to get some guys back tomorrow too. I don't know, man. It could work two ways, where guys are coming back and they don't have the rhythm, or guys come back and they got the fresh legs. Like it's either or.
We're not taking a quarterback. We got Sam.
Yeah, we're not taking Mac Jones though. At least, we're not gonna do that.
That's ridiculous. If we trade back,
I do like him.
If we trade back to like
7
4 to Atlanta, maybe. I still think we should take Sewell because I don't know. I think Miami would probably take Jamar Chase, give or take. I see them taking
Devontae Smith,
but I think they'll go more receiver. So I think Sewell will still be there at 4, and you go get Sewell, and you can have Sewell and
the right tackle,
Becton for many years.
Yeah, man, that'd be nice. But I don't know, man. I don't know what I wish I knew what. I just don't know. Just gotta sign a couple more guys in free agency.
I mean, we will.
Would you take Antonio Brown?
Would I take Antonio Brown? Yeah, I would take Antonio Brown. I would not take Antonio. I would take Antonio
He's
Brown.
one of the. I think when he was playing, he was the best receiver in football. When he was in Pittsburgh, there was no other receiver better than him. So, and even when he went to Tampa, he started the last few weeks. He started getting on, learning that playbook. And he knew the playbook because he had Bruce Arians was his offensive coordinator in Pittsburgh for many years. So his first few years. So I think if we can get AB for like a nice 2-year for $13 million or something like that, I'll definitely take him because he will be a problem. And maybe the Jets will do something like that. I don't know. Maybe that's what the kind of plan they have to go and get these guys on the 3rd day, 4th day of free agency. Like bring in Richard Sherman. I want Richard Sherman. He can help the young guys.
I saw something about Richard Sherman today. Like I think he signed somewhere.
No, he didn't. But he could be a problem. He could help us.
I could have sworn I just saw that. Maybe I'm thinking about someone else.
But Sam could be a franchise quarterback. That's true. I
Trying
love
to
Sam, man. I got a jersey from Sam, man. You know who Corey
Sam.
Davis
Man,
reminds me of, Kev?
Sam is trash, and it wasn't Richard
Stop it,
Sherman.
please.
It wasn't Richard Sherman. It was Patrick Patterson signed with somebody like
Yeah,
that.
Yeah,
Patrick
Pat. Yeah,
Patterson.
he to the Vikings for 1 year, 10
Yeah,
million.
yeah. I knew it was some
But
old
listen,
corner.
Corey Davis reminds me healthy of what Quincy Enunwa could have been.
Is that something to brag about?
I love Quincy. When Quincy's healthy, he balls.
I was never big on Quincy Davis or Quincy Adua.
I love Quincy, yo.
He's like an okay possession receiver, and it's like there's nothing dynamic about that at all.
Nah, he can run. He can move too. He's one of the best yak receivers when he played.
Or I would like to get somebody who can get some separation and stretch the field.
Well, there's only one guy right now that's available to do that, and that's Kenny Galladay.
So
And then the Jets they already have one of those in Denzel Mims,
what?
a guy who can take the top off.
I mean, technically, him
Because he
and
runs a
Corey
4.2.
Davis do the exact same thing.
No, Corey Davis is more intermediate.
We'll give y'all Anthony Miller for Sam Darnold and a 4th-round pick.
You a Bears fan?
Yes, he is.
Yes.
Well, then give us Allen Robinson for Sam Darnold and the
I'm not
2nd-round pick.
one. That's ridiculous. I'm not about to trade a wide receiver for a quarterback.
Well, if you're going to trade the quarterback anyway, then I'll do that.
I don't think they're going to trade the quarterback. And besides, they got the Red Baron now in Chicago. The old Red Baron, Andy Dalton.
We needed a backup.
Or Will Fuller.
Aren't you happy about Andy Dalton?
Yeah, the Red Rifle.
You like him? I mean, he's better than Mitch. I mean,
No.
everybody's better than Mitch.
No, we don't like him. We don't like him, by the way.
Are you sure? Because
if he got you a playoff spot, you like him.
You sure you don't want to see them December games? Andy Dalton trying to battle Aaron Rodgers.
Ugh, disgusting. That's gonna be a blowout.
Oh God.
I'll take Khalil Mack for Sam Darnold.
Hey, Kev, at 2:00 I'm gonna talk some Mets. So I'm gonna just talk Mets for a few minutes.
I can talk about the Mets right now.
I'll talk about the Mets right now.
So, I guess number one thing I want to get up my mind is the Mets have the best pitcher in baseball. Yay.
Okay.
The one thing that kills me, the one thing that I don't like, and I'm going to harp on this until it changes. I don't like how we are so left-handed dominant in our lineup. I wish we would have just bit the bullet and did what we had to do to get Chris Bryant in here. That's the thing. Now I like Sandy Alderson, but Sandy Alderson, I think, has been a little bit tainted by the Wilpons, to where here's the thing: Sandy Alderson likes flash, right?
Yeah.
He likes that big, bold, flashy move. He likes that flashy on-field play. This is the creator of the Bash Brothers, mind you, Sandy Alderson. So he himself has been saying, he's basically, Sandy Alderson has done everything to call J.D. Davis trash other than actually calling J.D. Davis trash. Like, he had literally every step of the way. Reporters asking, what do you think of J.D. Davis? And Sandy Alderson, well, he's not good, but he's what we got. And it's like, wow. What?
I like J.D. Davis.
Literally, J.D. Davis is an okay hitter.
Mm-hmm. He was an okay hitter in Houston too.
But he is literally the equivalent. He is the real life Roger Dorn. You remember? You know who Roger Dorn is?
Yes.
Does anyone in the chat, y'all know who remember Roger Doyle from the
They don't
movie
know about
Major
that.
League?
They're not baseball. They probably don't know about baseball though.
So that is J.D. Davis. He is okay with the bat, but horrible in the field.
Yeah,
And
but to be fair, all spring training, all your defense has been bad. Not just JD Davis. Y'all were doing a simulated 27 outs. I saw the video and they were celebrating like they won the World Series.
yeah, that's always real. I mean, the thing about it is they have sacrificed defense for offense, but yet they want to complain and say we want defensive players, but you didn't want to go out and get Jackie
Get him.
Bradley Jr. You
I
didn't want
know.
to give up what you needed to get Matt Chapman or Nolan Arenado because you
So
had
you
the
had
richest
no
owner in
That'd have
baseball
been powerful.
and don't want to go
Hey, but
over.
Alvin Amara Jr. is a great fielder. He just can't hit.
Yeah,
I
he
know he's
cannot
great.
hit.
He's a guy you
So,
bring in the seventh inning to play defense.
like I
in
said,
center
you
field.
have Jackie Bradley Jr., right, who is stellar defensively and has a good bat. Not a great bat. He has a good bat, right? Good bat. But instead of doing that, you're like, well, we have Nemo who has a good bat. So let's just bring in a washed up Kevin Pillar and Albert Alamara and act like they're one player.
Yeah,
Instead
but
of
they
just
both
getting
play great
one
defense.
player to play center field, you got like three.
But
Two
they
of
can
them
play
can
both. They
hit.
can play the corners
No,
too.
excuse me. One can hit, can't field. One can field, can't hit, and the other one's just old and can't even
Who
play center
can't
field.
hit? Who can't field and can't hit?
I said Nemo can hit but can't field.
Uh-huh.
Alamara can field but can't hit.
Uh-huh.
And Kevin Pillar is too old to even be playing center field anymore.
Oh, but he can play defense.
He can play a corner defense, but there's no
No,
point because you're not going to take Conforto out. So that means you're going to take Smith out of left field, if that's the case.
which is a liability, really, because I don't really know about
And
Smith on
Tom
left.
Smith can't play left field. You got
No,
a first baseman
they should put him in
playing
right.
left field. Huh?
They should have put him in right.
You have a right fielder. You have Michael Conforto.
I know, but
Michael
then you can put
Conforto
Conforto
is a
on left.
naturally really good right fielder. Well, he's
I
not
know, but
really
what I'm
good.
saying is, this is where the universal DH would have really helped the Mets.
What I was saying, they were waiting so long for the universal DH, thinking that they were going to get it, and all the signs for months pointed that they weren't getting it. And they waited, and they waited, and they waited, and then it realized, oh, well, I guess they're right. Even though they said in December that don't expect the DH in the National League. They said this in December. Don't expect the DH in the National League. But they're like, well, we just hope we get it. Like,
No, because
really?
if you got the DH, then you can switch Dom and Alonso, first base and DH, and then you could put one of those corner outfielders, like a Pilar or something like that, in left.
Hey, Kev, I'll even say this: if James McCann brings his bat, if James McCann has about 270, we'll win the World Series.
Oh,
You're
wow.
bugging.
That's a bold statement.
So that's all you need is he hits 270, then that's it. You win the World Series. That's it. You need to worry about your bullpen.
Because our offense has recently we've struggled at catcher with consistency, like a consistent bat from the catcher. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if the last guy we had that was a consistent hitter was Darno, but he stayed hurt.
No, I thought. Listen, I thought Ramos he hit the ball well. There was a time Ramos had like a 20-game hit streak.
I said Wilson Ramos wasn't terrible. Like, he wasn't terrible. But it was like one of those things like, we can probably do better.
Yeah.
He was bad defensively. He didn't really frame. You can tell like they were like Noah Syndergaard hated throwing to Wilson Ramos. Like Noah Syndergaard hated throwing to Ramos because he wasn't good at like framing pitches. Right? He
Yeah,
didn't
he's not a
call
good framer.
He wasn't the best at calling a good game. So
And he wasn't good defensively around the plate either.
yeah,
Because if you remember the Phillies game, all he had to do is swipe at the runner, and the runner would have been out. Instead, he tried to turn his body and hold on to the ball and push tag. That's dumb. In a bang bang play, you can't do all that stuff, and especially with this dude being 240.
So McCann is much better defensively, and he's worked really, really hard at getting to know all of his pitchers and to know what they like watching. He basically bunked with Jacob deGrom through spring training just to kind of get to know what he runs. And so far in spring training, Jacob deGrom has looked better than he ever has, and that's scary. Like, if you think about it, Jacob deGrom has looked better than he ever has. Oh, Jesus Christ. It's like when you have 100-mile-an-hour fastball and your slider is like 94, it's at a point where it's like, come on, dog, really? Why are you playing these games like this? Why are you playing these games like this, Jacob deGrom?
He's a problem. He is the best in the game.
So, I mean, as long as he gets run support, and the fact that Pete Alonso has looked completely dialed in, then
He's the most important player for you.
Who, Alonso, the polar bear?
Yeah.
Like I said, if Pete Alonso can get 270 and 40 home runs,
yeah,
then we can legit challenge the Dodgers. It's just, here's the thing, and I'm going to make a bold statement. When the playoffs start, Chris Bryant will be a Met.
He's going to be a Met?
When the playoffs start, Chris Bryant will be on the New York Mets.
Wow.
I don't think that the Chicago Cubs are going to go into this season or are going to finish the season and lose Chris Bryant for absolutely nothing. I think they'll trade him, and I think that's when we will.
I'll take Baez over him.
We don't need Baez. We got Francisco Lindor.
Yeah, but Baez can play third.
You wouldn't move Baez to third. Because here's the thing. Baez
is the best shortstop in baseball.
If you got Baez, you play Lindor or Baez at second and move McNeil. You wouldn't keep McNeil at second base.
But the thing about that is, I don't think you would defensively. I don't know if that would work mid-season. Like, I wouldn't trade a player who's been a shortstop forever and expect him to play second base like that.
Yeah, because if that's the case, then I would just move McNeil to third now and put J.D. Davis at second. It's the less.
Oh, God, have mercy. Are you crazy? Did you just say you put J.D. Davis?
Second base is the least of the.
No, second base is not. Second base is a lot more difficult than people think. You just don't play second base.
No, I know. I played baseball my whole life. That's the one sport I actually played all the way to college. But
like second base is difficult. Like second
third
base.
Third base.
The
Besides shortstop, third base is the hardest position to play in the infield.
The reason why second base is so hard is the second baseman turning the double play might be the hardest thing to do because a second baseman not only has to run up to the base, catch the ball, but he has to completely turn all the way around He has to pivot his entire body around.
Yeah, but that really
double
depends
play.
on which side of the infield the ball's hit. Sometimes the
If the ball
shortstop
is
got
hit
to
to the
cover.
shortstop and you're turning a double play.
Yeah, but sometimes the second baseman, the shortstop got to do the same thing. You got to go across
what
his
I'm
body.
saying is, if the ball is hit to the shortstop and the second baseman has to turn to double play, that's harder than the shortstop because the shortstop his momentum is already carrying him that way. So it's a straight angular line to turn it. A second baseman has to completely pivot all the way around to turn a double play. Just to frame turn the double play.
I know, Kev. You don't think that JD could do that?
No, he can't do that. No. JD Davis is too slow-footed to play second base. Too slow-footed to play second base. So that's why I said, and besides, financially, Chris Bryant is going to cost less than Javier Baez.
But Baez is a better player.
He might be a better player, but you don't need that position. You're not going to change Javier Baez's position. You just wouldn't do that. And especially you're not going to do that in mid-season. That's a hard transition for anybody. So you get Chris Bryant because you need a legit third baseman. Just go get a legit third baseman.
Doesn't this feel like it's been the longest spring training ever?
It feels about normal. I think what happened
because
is
last year was a short.
Yeah, last year was so strange that this year it's normal. We're having a normal spring training. This is what it is. I'm excited. It'll be here about 2 weeks. So, but yeah. And like I said, you're already going to have to spend money on re-signing Lindor to about $300 million.
And Conforto.
Conforto is going to be about 120, probably. But Baez is going to be between 250 and 300 too.
And think about it. Then in another 2 years, you're going to have to do the same thing with Pete Alonso.
Chris
and then
Bryant,
Jeff McNeil.
You can get Chris Bryant for about $150 million.
That's wild.
But hey, it's the price you have to pay. It's like the Dodgers. The Dodgers didn't even need Trevor Bauer. They didn't even need Trevor Bauer.
Mm-hmm.
They were already above the luxury tax. They was like, you know what? When you want to continue being a true championship contender, you spend the money. And that's the mindset that Sandy Alderson has inherited from the Wilpons. The Wilpons were so cheap that you had to make clever moves instead of just making the move that's going to put your team over the top. And I love the Mets. Are we as good as the Dodgers right now? Presently constructed, are we as good as the Dodgers? No, we're not. Can we give...
I have a question. Is Robbie Cano suspended for the whole year?
Yep, with no pay.
So, but then you still got him. Nobody's going to pick that deal up, so now he's going to be there next year. So now you got to figure something else out.
The Braves roster right now is a little bit... They're really good. Like, the Braves are really, really, really good.
They can really hit.
They can hit, and they got decent pitchers. They don't have that. Like,
they have a very good bullpen.
And their bullpen is very good. Our bullpen can be good if, you know what I mean? It's like, our bullpen can be good if this happens, and this happens.
The bullpen key for you guys, Dylan Betances has to pitch well.
Oh, God, Betances.
And I love him. You know, from being the Yankee fan like I am, he has some big games for us. But he's really got his mechanics, man.
So I'm happy that we got. Here's the thing: when Seth Lugo does come back, so Edwin Diaz is an elite closer, an elite closer. People give him a lot of flack because of the package we had to give up to get him. But he's an elite closer. If Trevor May in the eighth is going to be lights out, Aaron Loop's a good lefty, and Lugo is pretty much solid. So it's really Betances and Familia that's kind of like, yeah, oh, God, you guys. Oh, man, you guys are so bad. Just like Lugo, like Familia the other day, right? He had like a walk, a base hit, and then like he had runners on like second and third with like no outs, but he ended up getting out of it. And so it's like, why do you make things so hard on yourself, Familia? Like it doesn't have to be that hard.
I feel you.
So that's why I look at it and I say, we just need, if we can just get Chris Bryant, because Chris Bryant to me,
I'll take Matt Chapman over him.
I would take Matt Chapman over Chris Bryant too. But I don't think Oakland is going to give up. See, the Cubs would give up Chris Bryant because he's in the last year of his deal and they're not going to resign him. So they'd give up Chris Bryant. To whereas the Oakland A's don't necessarily have to give up Matt Chapman right now. That's the only thing. Like if they had to, they probably would. But I don't think they have to give up him. So it's one of those things where he'll balance out he'll balance out the lineup better because he'll give that extra
right-handed bat
hitter.
Yeah.
So you can have a lineup of like Nemo. If Chris Brown
you guys got some switch hitters too. That's another thing.
No, the only switch hitter is Lindor. Everyone else is straight left. Like Nemo's left, McNeil is left, Smith and Conforto are both left, and JD Davis is left. Lindor's a switch hitter, and the only right-handed hitter is literally McCann and Alonso. So you bring in, like, here's the question. What would you give up for Chris Bryant?
You got to give him JD Davis for sure.
I would. Goodbye, JD Davis. It was fun.
You probably had to give up.
I give him like a pitcher.
Yeah, a bullpen
arm. But we got like a lot of them to give up, depending on what happens. Like, if they want like a McWilliams, I give him McWilliams up. Goodbye.
And a draft pick.
So that would probably get it done, especially knowing that A's might be a half a year rental. You go ahead and do that. Call it a day. That way, because my lineup would be Nemo, McNeil, Lindor, Alonso, Conforto, Bryant,
McCann,
Smith, and McCann. And you know you got a mean lineup when Dominic Smith is batting seventh.
Yeah, because he can hit.
Yeah, you not gonna tell me your lineup ain't ish when you have one of your best hitters batting seventh.
Yeah, I like Dominic Smith's bat.
So I must say, it's all, like I said, it's all about matching up with the Dodgers. And the Dodgers, I mean, they're gonna be good. They're gonna be right there, as they always are. They're pitching, because mind you, another thing, not only are they getting Trevor Bauer, but they're basically getting David Price. Remember, David Price sat out last year.
Yeah, because of COVID.
So that's basically like two all-star level pitchers that they're getting.
Hell yeah. Jesus. They got.
Does that scare you, Kat?
They got Walker Bueller.
The Dodgers rotation.
Yeah. It's the best rotation in baseball.
If we can get Syndergaard back. Okay, it depends. Hey, you talking about in the playoffs, do they scare me, or regular season, do they scare me?
Both.
In the playoffs.
By the playoffs, we'll have Noah Syndergaard back, right? So it depends how you match up, right? So if you have, listen, I'm taking
DeGrom will get everybody.
DeGrom over anyone else.
Yep.
I'm taking DeGrom over anyone else, period. Right? I've seen Noah in the postseason. And as much as you can say you love DeGrom, the one time you saw Noah Syndergaard in the postseason, he was the Mets' best pitcher.
Yep.
And that was, mind you, 6 years ago now? I can't believe
2015.
it. God, I can't believe that was 6 years ago.
Was he the best pitcher? Was he?
Yeah.
Yeah, Syndergaard was the Mets' best pitcher in that postseason.
Hell yeah.
I remember DeGrom going up against everybody else's aces. You know what I mean?
Remember at the time, DeGrom wasn't even the Mets' ace.
Yeah, he wasn't.
I know
It was
Matt Harvey.
Matt Harvey was the ace.
I know,
and
but
Noah Syndergaard still outpitched everybody.
DeGrom is the one that faced off against Clayton Kershaw in LA. Oh, you know what? But you know what though? Matt Harvey faced off against Zach Greinke. That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I got you.
So, but Syndergaard was just like, you couldn't hit Noah Syndergaard. You could not hit.
He was throwing down.
That's when Noah Syndergaard became Thor.
Mm-hmm.
With that 2015 postseason.
Yep, they had the Black Knight and they had Thor.
And DeGrom was really like the third guy. Like, he was good, but he wasn't as good as Harvey or Syndergaard that postseason.
Hey, you remember this kid named Steven Matz? Remember how good he looked when he was young?
Yeah, I like Steven Matz. I mean, it was.
I remember his first game. He was getting base hits and striking everybody out.
Yeah.
But
I remember that game.
You call the postseason, like if we have 4 starters in the postseason, if it was like DeGrom, Syndergaard, Stroman, and Carrasco, and you went up against the Dodgers' best 4.
Come on. That's too heavy in our favor if Thor comes back right.
Nah, it's gonna come down to a bullpen game.
Because when you say the Dodgers got Bauer, Bueller, Kershaw, and Price,
they're better.
Kershaw don't bother
on
me.
Paper.
Kershaw don't bother me. Don't scare me. Price don't scare me either. Who scares me is Bueller. You know what I'm saying?
Walker Bueller is tough.
Yeah. Because Kershaw just got over that. Remember Kershaw used to be a playoff bust. Remember that? Couldn't win in the
for the longest time.
Yeah, but he got over it. He finally won a championship, so sometimes it's all that takes.
I mean, it's still later in his career, but the thing about Clay Kershaw will always have that mound presence, right?
Yeah. He's not going to throw 100 miles per hour, but he's going to make the right pitch.
Clay Kershaw is not even – you make it seem like he's older, like he's been around forever, but I think Jacob deGrom might be – I got to look. Is Jacob deGrom older than Clay Kershaw?
No.
It seems to me that I think they're the same age.
They might be the same age. But that's funny because you think that Kershaw has been around forever, right?
Because he's played more high leverage games than DeGrom.
They are the same age.
Yeah.
They're both 32.
You see Kershaw every postseason. You don't see DeGrom every postseason. I mean, you see Kershaw getting. You see him getting postseason awards, like you see him winning the Cy Young, but you don't see him playing baseball games.
I think that Kershaw obviously peaked before DeGrom did.
That's what it
Right.
was.
Because how
He's
many
been in the
Cy Youngs
majors
does
longer.
Kershaw have 3 Cy Youngs?
Yep.
No. Did he?
Yes.
I think he has 3. Because I remember at the time it was like Kershaw and Scherzer just winning the Cy Youngs back to back to back.
Right.
I can find out.
He
how
has
many.
3 Cy Young awards.
Yeah.
2011, 2013, and 2014.
Okay.
So yeah,
And
he
obviously,
peaked earlier than DeGrom did.
that's what
but
it was.
DeGrom, listen, if DeGrom is pitching like this, how he's pitching now the entire season, you can just go ahead and give him the Cy Young right now. Just go ahead and give it to him.
But
Well,
DeGrom already has 2 Cy Young, so it's all
He
good.
already has 2, and technically
And
he was a
could have
candidate
won.
last year.
Yep.
He should
He
have.
could have won. He could have won last year. He could have.
Yeah. You know, he finished in 3rd place, but
If he had more run support,
yeah,
and his wins-loss record looked better, he probably would have won it last year.
yeah.
But that's the thing about it is their offense is still. God, the Dodgers. See, the thing is, the Dodgers are so complete,
man.
right? They are complete. Their offense, their
Yeah, they
pitching,
got a
their
lot of
bullpen,
offense,
their
man.
defense.
Yep.
They are a more complete team than the Mets are right now.
Right now they are. Right now.
Yes. And that's what I think getting Chris Bryant is the most important move the Mets can make. If they got Chris Bryant,
let's compare by position. So who has the better catcher? I think we have the better catcher.
I'm trying to think who's the Dodgers catcher.
Is it Grandal? Is he still a catcher?
No, he's in White Chicago.
Okay.
The Dodgers catcher is
they just signed
Will Smith. Not the actor.
With it.
For everyone in the chat.
Well, I think it might be Austin Barnes.
Well,
yeah.
ESPN has it listed Will Smith.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like our catcher better. He's a Gold Glover.
Okay.
Right.
So first base, I'm going
Max
Polar Bear.
Muncy.
I like the Polar Bear.
Okay.
So we have catcher and first base. Second base, I don't know who plays second base for them.
Who plays second base for who? Max Muncy plays second base for them.
No, Max Muncy plays first base.
No, he
second base
and
is
Bellinger.
Gavin Lux. Don't know who that is. I'm going to say Jeff McNeil is better at second base.
Yep.
Now, this is where it gets tricky, and I don't want to be a homer.
Right.
Corey
Seager. Or
he's a monster. I don't know.
So, Kev, this is
that's a toss-up.
This is why I say Lindor. Lindor wins because he's a switch hitter and he's a better defender.
He's a better defender.
Yeah, but so is Corey Seager. He's a switch hitter.
No, I'm saying Corey. I'm saying that defensively, yes, he's been better. Yeah, I mean Lindor is better.
Right.
I'm trying to look at the numbers.
If you go to third base,
Power,
third base.
Yes,
third base,
Lindor is better than
LA.
Seager. I'll say that. Lindor is better than Seager.
Okay. But third base, I give it to the ex-Met, Justin Turner.
If you're saying right now, our third baseman, or hopefully our third baseman of the
No, we can't do that. You can't do hopefully.
Okay, yes, Justin Turner is better than J.D. Davis. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. J.D. Davis is a right fielder in a DH's body that plays third base.
What?
Yes. Yes. J.D. Davis is like the weirdest combination of defensive skills that don't match you ever saw in your life. And you know, hey, and you don't have to believe me. Just watch him take a ground ball, and then you'll agree with me.
Listen. I said, I don't know if you heard me. I said J.D. Davis is a real life Roger Dorn.
Right. He is. He is, except he's less famous.
All right, so let's go to left field.
Oh man.
Who's your left fielder?
Dominic Smith.
And they have AJ Pollock, and I'll take AJ Pollock.
No,
I'll take AJ
hit.
Pollock. The only
He
reason
can
I'll
hit,
say
but
AJ Pollock
he can play defense.
The only thing I'll say AJ Pollock is because AJ Pollock has a longer resume than Dominic Smith right now.
Okay,
right?
well,
Can AJ Pollock run still? Can he still run?
Yes.
Because if he can't run, then I'm going Dom Smith.
And he could throw, and he can play great defense. But listen, you guys got the toss up at the shortstop position, so you got to give them a toss up too. So the toss up, AJ Pollock.
Because the thing about this is, and we'll say AJ Pollock can't run, but Dominic Smith's not a left fielder.
Right.
At least AJ Pollock is at least an outfielder.
Okay, well, listen. He gets that one then. Center field. You got Nemo. They got Bellinger. Bellinger
definitely. Bellinger win that. We moving on. We ain't even. That's not even.
Right field, Conforto. They have Mookie Betts. Mookie Betts wins.
Mookie Betts win. Yep.
So I mean, it's kind of a toss up, man. The starting pitching is where it's at, man. They got Kershaw, Bauer, Bueller, Price, Dustin May. They even have Dustin May's a problem. They even have Julio Urias. He's tough too.
Yep.
It's gonna that series, if they played each other in NLCS, that series will come down to who has a better bullpen. Which bullpen performs better?
This is why we need Chris Bryant. Like it's not even a
what?
To me.
My man legit just said bullpen, and then you were like, "That's why we need Chris Bryant." What?
Yes, because here's the thing: Chris Bryant tips the scale, right? Like he tips the scale in ways that our offense would be so dynamic.
Deadly.
Yeah, it would be almost
because Chris Bryant would bat seventh for us.
I had him at 6, just to go right, left kind of thing.
No, he's not. He's not. You don't want to put a dude. You want to put a contact hitter in front of him. You don't want to put a dude that's all or nothing in front of Dom Smith. You know what I'm saying? Because with Chris Bryant hits the ball hard, boy. But he's not a contact hitter. You know what I'm saying? Like you legit don't want to have Dom Smith, you know what I'm saying, come at the bat with nobody on base. Whereas you know, all or nothing guy, Dom Smith gets that single to right field, and now you have to pitch to Chris Bryant because there's a runner on base. You see what I'm getting at?
Yeah.
This is what scares me, right? This is what scares me about Dom Smith is I've never seen Dom Smith as an everyday player for 162 games.
Right.
That's the only thing that's scary. Like, I believe the talent is there, but I've never seen him every single day for 162 games. That's the only. It's more of me being hesitant.
Kev, have you ever seen the inside of a Ferrari?
Yes, I have.
Wow, they are nice, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, dude. I'm telling you.
I don't know where that came from in this context, but
what?
Are you calling Dom Smith a Ferrari?
Okay, we'll just move on then.
No, I mean, is that?
No, what I'm saying is, for most people, you don't know what you have until you see it. Is what I'm getting at. You know what I'm saying? Like for instance, Dom Smith not playing 100 games or 120 games shouldn't scare you. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, if he struggles, you can just put him on the bench, right? If he starts to
Yeah.
struggle, you can legit put him on the bench, move Nemo to left, and play Almora in center.
Oh God, I don't want to play Almora every game either. Because at least here's the thing: even if Dom Smith struggles, a struggling Dom Smith is still better at the plate than Almora.
Right.
Hmm.
Right. Okay. So here's my thing, Kev. I was trying to get to a point.
Oh, go ahead.
So if we beat the Dodgers, who in the American League can beat us with a DH?
The Yankees.
Who
Nobody.
in the
Nobody.
You
Nobody.
crazy? The Yankees. Chicago.
No. No.
The Yankees. The White Sox. Yes.
Dog. Can you imagine what our lineup would look like when pitchers don't hit? When you can legit put another bat in the lineup? I mean, come on. Oh my God. Legit,
the
I'm sorry.
thing about it is this: we don't have a. I mean, there's no one really on our bench right now that is like a potent hitter. You know?
Dog, it would be JD Davis.
Well, so what would the lineup be if JD Davis is playing DH?
You start Chris Bryant, right? At third?
I'm trading JD Davis to get Chris Bryant.
Okay. Okay. Good point. I'm thinking about what you said. So you know what? You may be right. We may have to go and get DH. Well, no, we won't because our DH would be Pete Alonso. But we need another position player, though, is what I'm getting at.
So if you move, well, here's the thing. So I think Pete would still play first. Like if let's say we got to the World Series, or
When we get to the World Series, Dom is playing first.
I think at that point in time, Pete Alonso would still be playing first because he had to play first because Dom Smith wouldn't have played first that much this season. I think
But
Dom Smith would be the DH, and you put Kevin Pillar in left.
why wouldn't you put Nemo in left and have Almora play center field since he's the best defender, the outfield defender we have?
Well, the only reason I play Pillar, right, is because Pillar is still a good defender. He just not a good defender in center field anymore.
Right.
I mean, he might play center field for a game or two, but I wouldn't put him in center field for stretches of games at a time.
Right.
So he can play left fine. Because like I say, if we got to the World Series, right, that means that Pete Alonso has been playing first base all season long. He'll probably play like 150 games at first base.
No, they ain't gonna play him that way. You think so? Yeah.
Because you're gonna need that back. If he's back to rookie season Alonso, because he's looked locked in, then you're not gonna take his bat out the lineup.
Right.
So that means he'll probably play 150 games at first. And so you don't want to mess that up. Huh?
I still think I think Dom is a good borderline great defender at first.
But you can't play him at first.
But you can't play him at first because you need Pete Alonso's bat.
Yes. And Pete Alonso gets a lot of flack. Like his rookie season, I don't think Pete Alonso was bad at first base.
Oh, come on, Ken.
He wasn't bad.
That him and Amar Rosario together on the infield was atrocious.
I don't think I think he is. I think he was like serviceable. I mean, don't get me wrong. He'll never be John Olerud.
No.
He'll never be John Olerud.
John was a stud.
But he can be like Todd Zeal.
No.
Man, Todd Zeal?
No.
Wow.
Get out
He
of
can be
here.
Todd Zeal defensively.
No. Man, he'll be Carlos Delgado over there. Maybe.
I'll
if he
take that
works on it.
too.
Listen, Carlos Delgado was a little bit slick with that glove.
Yeah, I like Carlos Delgado.
Low key,
He played
Carlos
well
Delgado
there. He
was a
played
little
well in
slick.
Toronto.
Yeah.
I saw Carlos Delgado drop a throw from third base, and I was like, man, if you don't get this, I love Carlos Delgado's bat, and I love his attitude. I love his positive attitude, right? But oh my God, that dude was a DH with a glove. He was a DH with a glove.
Listen, fellas, I'm calling tonight.
Okay.
Alrighty.
I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Let's get this W. You guys have a blessed night and a blessed, day tomorrow. And then I'll talk to you guys tomorrow night. Let's get this W, fellas.
Yeah, man. So
All right,
Kev,
brothers, I appreciate it.
all right. So Kev, I know you want to talk about Mets, man. I love the Mets, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I had a discussion with a dude. Dude tells me the greatest shortstop the Mets ever had defensively was a dude named Ray Ordonez, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, is that it? That was the statement?
Yeah, that was his statement.
I agree.
Wow. Wow, really? This is where we
Yes.
going nowadays?
What?
Oh my God. Okay. All right. I'm moving on. I love Jose Reyes.
Who do you think it is? Don't say Reyes.
Hey man, don't do that to Jose Reyes. Don't do that to Jose Reyes, man.
You do know that the 1999 New York Mets had statistically the greatest infield defense of all time, right?
I saw an MLB Network did a ranking of the greatest infields, and I think that infield was ranked like 8th.
Defensively?
Yeah.
I got to check this out.
Yeah.
I'm going to Google that right now.
Yep.
Because we had the best fielding percentage of all time, that infield.
Is that the Edgardo Alfonso or Robbie Alomar?
That was Edgardo Alfonso. That was Olerud, Alfonso, Ventura, and Ordonez.
Okay. Because I remember an infield that had Alomar, Zeal, and somebody I can't remember. But that infield was good also.
Oh, here it is, right here. Actually, that's funny. First article. Wow, I remember this infield. So, Sports Illustrated in 1999 ran a cover, "The Best Infield Ever."
Right.
Written by Tom Verducci.
Right.
Let's see. It is the most reliable defensive metric that measures player performance throughout baseball history. Of the 2,835 infields ever assembled, the 1999 Mets ranked second in 81, which is total zone bases.
Right.
Which means that only the 1975 Orioles saved the most runs.
Right.
By infield defense. By 2.
Okay. I like it. I don't want to argue about that. Right? I don't want to dispute that.
And only one infield ever. Wow, that's amazing. That's an amazing thing right there. I just didn't notice that.
Right.
So, and I hate to bring this up, but there's only one infield that has the fewest errors in 160 in a metric, and that was the 2010 Yankees.
Oh, that's that. That a Yankee was probably keeping that stat. A Yankee
but,
probably was keeping that
but
stat,
looking
man.
at it, I was like, okay, so that infield consisted of Mark Teixeira, Robinson Cano, A-Rod, and Jeter.
Oh, okay.
It's like looking at it, Teixeira was Mark Teixeira, not saying it was a great defensive first baseman.
Right.
I don't know if he was better than Olerud, but
Right.
was Cano better defensively in his younger days than Edgardo Alfonso was?
I think he had less range, but had a stronger arm.
Who, Alfonso or Cano?
Cano. I think Cano had less range than Alfonso, but definitely had a stronger arm.
Now this is weird to me, right? This one is weird. Because to me, Robin Ventura is one of the greatest defensive third basemen the game has ever seen. Like
Right.
maybe Mike Smith, or maybe Scott Rowland.
Come on, dog.
There was nobody better at third base at the bunt than Robin Ventura. Maybe Mike Smith was better.
Oh my God. These youngsters, they just don't know baseball.
Who, me?
You.
What? How do I not know what? I just said Mike Schmidt.
Right. Dude, you ever heard of a dude named Brooks Robinson?
Yes, I know who Brooks Robinson is.
Dude, he is the gold standard, right? If you think defense at third base is Brooks Robinson, and then everybody else, period.
You don't think Mike Schmidt is in that?
No.
Really? A guy who won 10 straight Gold Gloves?
So, Brooks Robinson, and so 10 gold gloves is nothing to sneeze at. But Brooks Robinson is the gold standard. Brooks Robinson is the Willie Mays of third base. Like, if you want to know how to play center field, Willie Mays is the gold standard, period. Nobody is even close. Maybe Andrew Jones before he got fat, right? But nobody is comparable to Willie Mays, right? Not even.
Hello? Frizzy there? Listen, I'm not taking anything from Brooks Robinson, okay? Nothing at all. I'm just saying Mike Schmidt is, nothing to sneeze at. But there were some good ones to play the game. Craig Nettles was pretty good. I'm a big fan of Rowland myself. I guess I grew up with Scott Rowland. Ron Santo. Let me look up. Because wow, I didn't know this. Brooks Robinson won 16 Gold Gloves. That's a lot. That's a lot of Gold Gloves there. I'm just a big fan of, like I said, of I don't know. Maybe he's my favorite. But yes, third, like I said, I guess going back to my original statement.
My bad.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
My bad. The iPhone overheated again. I don't know what's going on, man, with iPhone. Hello. Yeah. Brooks Robinson is the gold standard, man.
Listen,
Yeah, man.
I can't sneeze at 16 Go Gloves.
And dude, come on, man. Come on, man. And the play he made in the World Series, where the ball, somebody smoked the ball down the line, and it kicked down the left field line, and my man still snagged it and threw my man out, almost rolling into the other team, the opposing team dugout. I mean, that's range, bro. That's range. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
No,
you know,
I was saying just at the bunt play.
right.
The bunt play, Robin Ventura is probably one of the top 3 at the bunt.
But dude, that was the bunt era. Brooks Robinson's era is the bunt era. You know what I'm saying? The longer we get away from that era, the less people do it. People don't bunt as much. I mean, only pitchers now, right?
I mean, this is in the 90s. People were still bunting plenty in the 90s.
Okay.
You know, Robin, like Chicago White Sox, Robin Ventura.
Yeah.
Uh,
What about Ken Caminiti?
Ken. Ken Caminiti. So here's the thing about Ken Caminiti. Growing up, when I was a kid, me and one of my best friends growing up, he used to be a huge Houston Astro fan, right?
Right.
And I used to despise Ken Caminiti growing up. He was more of an offensive player than he was defensive player. And I'm knocking his defense, but you didn't know Ken Caminiti for his defense.
Right.
Isn't he dead now? Isn't
Yeah.
Ken Caminiti dead?
Yeah. He died young.
Yeah.
Very young too. Like dude's been dead like 15 years, right?
Oh, has it been that long? Let me look it up.
Yeah, and dude died really young.
Oh wow. Wow. So Ken Caminiti's been dead 17 years. He died in 2004.
Right. Wow.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Yeah, man. That's
Didn't
a
seem like it
lot.
was that long.
Right. So who's the greatest defensive shortstop ever in your mind?
Ozzie Smith.
Oh my God. Okay.
Is that a debate? The Wizard?
I'll say you can debate it, but you have to debate it on certain things. Like you just can't say it willy-nilly. Like you can't just say Ozzie Smith was not the greatest.
So it's not
Right.
like saying Jordan's the greatest basketball player.
Well,
like,
so do you not like Omar Vizquel?
Omar Vizquel was nice. I still think Ozzie Smith was better.
How?
I think Ozzie Smith had more range. He was more. Maybe it was just the showmanship that Ozzie did, right? Because Ozzie looked like he was just out there having fun with it. Like,
Right.
you know, the flip before whenever he took the field and
Right.
like that. He had a strong arm. He had the range. He had the effortlessness of it.
Right.
So, but I want to say that Vizquel might have been a product of who he was playing around also a little bit. Because mind you, he had Roberto Alomar and Travis Fryman. And Travis Fryman was a hell of a defensive third baseman. If you remember who Travis Fryman was.
Yeah. I remember him.
So
Do
it
you
was
know? Do you remember how they got Travis Fryman?
no.
Yeah, because Travis Fryman came up with Detroit Tigers. He played with Cecil Fielder on those early '90s Detroit Tigers teams. And do you remember who played third base before Travis Fryman?
Before Travis Fryman, uh,
I'll give you a hint. Jim Tomey. You remember
Jim
Jim Tomey?
Jim always played first base.
No, he came up playing third base, but 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 so Hollywood made this movie about the Cleveland Indians about a third baseman that couldn't catch ground balls.
I think I might have referenced it earlier.
Yeah. And so anyway, they they the Indians had a dude that was silky smooth at first base named Paul Sorrento. You remember Paul Sorrento?
Vaguely, yes.
He played first base. They moved Tommy to DH and they had Fryman, Vizquel, Baerga, Sorrento on the infield. In the outfield was Albert Bell, Kenny Lofton, and Manny Ramirez.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm looking at Brooklyn Contreras says that Derek Jeter is the best shortstop of all time.
I'm sorry, what?
Uh, Exactly. Derek Jeter is the greatest shortstop of all time.
No. No. Definitely not.
So who's the greatest shortstop of all time then?
Defensively or just overall?
Overall.
uh,
And I'm talking in the live ball era. Don't be digging up people out the grave. Dude's been dead 100 years. I don't want to hear about no dude that's been dead 150 years.
no. Wow. You know the thing. Wow. Now that I think about it, now that I think about it, here's the thing. Alex Rodriguez played a lot of his career at third base, right? So you can kind of take him out of that conversation. I mean, you could throw names in there like Ernie Banks. Ozzie Smith didn't have the offensive numbers. Hmm. I really don't want to say Derek Jeter.
No, man. What about Barry Larkin? No.
The thing about Larkin is,
You know his
and
son
I
played
like
point guard
Barry
for us.
Larkin.
You know, his friend
Shane.
played. Yeah.
Larkin didn't. I don't know if he had the.
He didn't have the impact on the game like you would like to
Yeah.
see from an all-time great. Like he would show up at the All-Star game and be like, yeah, he like Craig Biggio. Like Craig Biggio, like, yeah, he here, you know. But you know,
Yeah, that's just the thing. It's kind of like, and you want to say someone like Ernie Banks,
yeah,
just because he's
he was
Mr. Cub.
good. He was good, but he didn't have. But his impact wasn't there. Like the Cubs didn't win while he was playing.
So here's the thing: do you consider Cal Ripken a shortstop or a third baseman?
Shortstop. Hey, what's up, SB? What's good?
Then Cal Ripken might have an argument.
Oh man, I don't know, man. His bat was heavy. His bat was too heavy for me
Let
to.
me look at the numbers. Hold up. Let me look at the numbers. Let's see.
So Cal batted what 268 for his career, and he played in
He
the.
batted 276 for his career.
Okay.
31,000 hits.
3,100 hits. He didn't have 31,000 hits, dog. Come on.
Oh, 3,100.
Yeah. Jesus. Casey and JoJo. Cheese and crackers. Fred and Barney. What's going on? 31,000 hits, man.
Excuse
come
me.
on, man.
3,184 hits to be exact.
Right.
431 home runs, 1,695. Here's an interesting stat I did not know. Cal Ripken is the all-time leader in double plays grounded into.
Wow.
I don't know why anybody would keep that stat, but they do, and it's Cal Ripken.
And that's odd because he was a middle infielder, so you would think he'd be more agile, right?
He was a big body middle fielder.
Yeah, but he was still agile though. Even at 6'4", he was still agile though.
So some of his honors is he was a Rookie of the Year, 2-time MVP, 19-time All-Star, 8 Silver Sluggers, 2-time All-Star MVP, 2 Gold Gloves. So let's look at Mr. Jeter. Jeter is a career 310 hitter with 3,400. So he had about 300 more hits.
Yeah.
Less home runs.
Yeah. How many of those? About 100, 150?
So Cal Ripken have 431. Derek Jeter had, that's amazing. He only had 260.
Yeah, Derek Jeter wasn't a home run hitter to be as big as he was.
So Jeter was a 14-time All-Star. So Cal made the All-Star team 5 more times.
Yeah.
He was an All-Star MVP once, 5 Gold Gloves. So he has 3 more Gold Gloves than Cal, but less Silver Sluggers.
And those Gold Gloves were gifts. I remember when they said Derek Jeter won the Gold Glove in some years, man, I laughed. I was like, man, this is Yankees bias right here. Because there were guys like, how is he getting Gold Glove over Omar Vizquel?
When did he win a Gold Glove? So he won Gold Gloves in 04, 04, 05, 06. Wow. So he won 3 straight Gold Gloves?
Yes. And this dude that had limited range, well, not limited range. He had great range. How do you on the
2009 and 2010.
On the dirt, he had limited range. On the grass, he had great range. If that makes sense.
Derek
Like,
Jeter was the king of the highlight. Like, he was the king of like the ESPN highlight play.
yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Like, he made these great highlights. Like, oh my God, how did he do that over the catch thing? And then he ran into the stands over the tarp.
yeah,
And that kind of elevated him. Like, he's a great defensive player.
yeah. But
Because
he
he made
wasn't.
these ESPN highlights that everybody saw every night.
Right. But he
But it is.
he also made the smart plays, man. Like Derek Jeter would back up throws from the outfield and pick your runners off that came off the bag too far, which was smart in a way. You need guys making winning plays like that, because some dudes, like Jose Reyes, wasn't backing up throws from the outfield. You know what I'm saying? He had a stronger arm than Jeter. He more foot speed than Jeter, more range than Jeter. I think Jeter may have had softer hands. You know what I'm saying? Than Reyes. But Reyes had all the physical gifts, but he didn't do. And Reyes was a decent defender, by the way. I'm not saying that he wasn't. What I'm saying is, Derek Jeter would do all the smart stuff, like, the right fielder making a throw to second base, from the warning track. Derek Jeter wouldn't be there with the second baseman. He'd be about 30 feet behind the second baseman, and if the ball got away and the runner curved off the bag too far, Jeter would catch that ball and pick him off the bag. You know what I'm saying? To get pitchers out of innings, do like all the nuanced stuff. You know what I mean? So because I saw Teixeira throw the ball away, like a runner, like I think Chuck Knobloch threw the ball away, trying to make a throw to first,
That
and then
makes sense.
and then Teixeira threw the ball away, at second base, but Derek Jeter was backing up the throw, and so he catches the errant throw and throws it to Brocious at third, and it's like the dude legit was like out by 20 feet. You know what I'm saying? Just because Derek Jeter's just making smart plays. So, but yeah,
The one weirdest play that I don't understand, the weirdest play to me in Yankee history is Game 7, in the ninth inning of the 2001 World Series. And you had Luis Gonzalez at bat, who, mind you,
yep,
just hit 57 home runs, right?
right.
Why are you playing the infield in?
Joe Torre.
Like, to me, to this day, I still don't understand why he played the infield in. If this
Right.
is like Jay Bell or somebody, like, it's not like he's. Can someone? I've never had anyone answer that question. Like, why was Joe Torre playing the infield in?
Right. Right.
Because you didn't need to turn a double play. You only
Right.
had one out. It was already 2 outs, so you don't need to turn a double play.
Right. Right. All you needed right there was a routine out to get out of the inning. That's
And
all
the
you
game
needed.
would have been over. It was 2 outs in the ninth.
Right. No, Kev, the game was tied, remember? So the game is tied, right? And so all they need to do is get it out to go to extra innings. Because remember, the runner scored from third, not from second.
Yeah, that was Jay Bell. Jay Bell was on third. No, that was. Are you sure that wasn't the last out? I could have sworn there was 2 outs left. That was That was the end of the game was tied. Yes, the game was tied. The game was tied with 2 outs
Right.
left.
Right. That's what I just said. Yeah.
And the runner was on third, which was Jay Bell. Because I remember, because I
Right.
used to really like Jay Bell. Because the only reason I like Jay Bell is he was the only player that actually wore glasses.
Right.
Like, Jay Bell would actually wear, like, he didn't wear he would wear his glasses
Right.
and still play. Because I wore glasses, so I thought that was cool.
Right.
Um,
So why did they bring in what's the guy name? They brought in I forget the guy named out of the bullpen to pitch to Tony Womack. I would have just walked them. Why? So you pitch to him and the dude hits a triple, right? And then somebody hits a sacrifice fly, and then Arizona's back in the game. So you're like, all these, it was just a bunch of weird stuff. And then the clock struck midnight, and then it was like, it was just too much stuff. It was crazy. That World Series was nuts. Because you legit thought the World Series was over, didn't you?
when?
Um, um, Kurt Schilling game. I think it was game. What was the game?
I mean, was that the game that Byung Hun Kim came in and gave up the home run to was it Abrocious?
Was it Paul O'Neill?
It was either Paul O'Neill. It was somebody just unlikely. I think it was Scott Brocious.
Okay.
And I was like, how in the world is Scott Brocious hitting game-winning home runs?
Or was it Wade Boggs?
No, that was Brocious.
Because their reliever gave up game-winning home runs in back-to-back games.
Yeah, Byung Hun Kim.
Yeah.
I think the first one, I know for a fact one of them was Scott Brocious.
Okay.
I know one of them was Scott Brocious.
Okay.
The other one might have been like Paul O'Neill.
I can't remember. I can't remember. I know Derek Jeter did damage though, and they were like, Mr. November. Yeah.
Yes,
so.
but yeah, that was. I remember there was a book, The End of the Yankees. Because mind you, at that point in time, the Yankees are old. They were
Right.
old. Like you had the core four. They were because Jeter, Rivera, Posada, they were still youngish, right? They were still
Bernie
young.
Williams,
But Tino Martinez was old.
Yeah.
Scott Brocious was old. Paul O'Neill was old. David Justice was old.
Darryl Strawberry, Ruben Sierra.
Yeah, they were like old.
Jim Leyritz. Dudes were old.
Yeah, old.
Yeah.
And so they were like, "Oh, it's the end of the dynasty." Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know because they didn't. I mean, the Diamondbacks just went out there and they just threw basically the Schilling and Johnson, who was two of the probably most unhittable pitchers
at the time. Yeah.
At the time.
Yeah. I think Kurt Schilling was on that juice.
Kurt Schilling was always a really good pitcher.
No,
when he was with the Phillies, Kurt Schilling was a good pitcher. He wasn't a dominant pitcher.
He was okay for the cachet they were giving him. He was like a third guy in your rotation with the reputation of He was like, and you remember, so he didn't start with the Phillies. Remember, he started with the San Francisco Giants. He was just like a random. He was like, he started with the Giants, man.
But I'm saying when he got with the Phillies, he was a good pitcher.
Yeah, like a third.
And when he got to the Diamondbacks, he was like a great pitcher.
Yeah.
And that kind of continued with the Red Sox.
I wonder how he got to be great all of a sudden. Is what I'm saying. That's what I was.
I mean, here's the thing. Like I said, he went from like I guess you said nobody.
Yep.
To good. To great. Maybe that just comes with age.
Yeah, maybe
and experience.
Or maybe it comes in a needle.
I don't know. I think with Kurt Schilling is one of them players. Like he comes off as like
a punk.
I don't think he would do that. Like I think he loves his craft. He might have been pompous to the media. I think he took his craft serious. I think he worked to get better. And the thing is, like, I think, can you be a good pitcher and have just filthy, nasty stuff, right? Like, your stuff is just nasty, but you can't, like, put it all together. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you can throw 99, but you have no location.
I'll tell you who was like that. The Mets had a guy. The guy that took steroids got banned from baseball for life 2 times. Henry something. The Spanish kid. Kev, you know who I'm talking about too. Henry something, not Henry. Jeez. He came up the same season as Jared Familia. Oh, I forgot the kid name. Oh my gosh. I forgot his name. But he came up, man, and he was throwing like 97 with
Mejia?
movement. Henry Mejia, that's him. That's
Oh, yeah.
him. That's him throwing like 96, 97 with movement, boy. You were like, I'd rather have 96 with movement than 100 miles per hour in a straight line. You know what I'm saying? Man, that dude had, but man, he could not throw strikes to say, oh my, the dude had the wickedest stuff. But he could dominate. I remember seeing him dominate Albert Pujols and then gave up like a 2-run homer to Scott Rowland. And you like, what? What you just made Albert Pujols look like a little leaguer, and then Scott Rowland, who can't even lift his left arm, comes up and hits a 2-run homer off you. Oh my God, it's crazy. It's crazy.
What do you think of Albert Pujols?
And
I wish Albert Pujols had a little bit more juice left. I mean, you can tell like he's at the end, he's at the end.
Yeah,
and he's so close to like 700. I know he's not gonna get there. I just know he's not. But he was great for so long.
Yep. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think Albert was washed his last year in St. Louis, and that's why St.
Wow.
Louis didn't. That's why St. Louis didn't offer him a contract. Not washed up completely, but he couldn't do like I don't think he could get to the fastball like he used to.
Let me look at his last year in St. Louis. Let's see. His last year he hit 37 home runs.
Yep.
In 147 games.
Yep.
And that was washed?
Right. But you have to compare him to his prime self, not to an average major leaguer. You know what I'm saying? And I know that sounds weird, but you have to compare Albert Pujols in this context where it's like compare him to the best of himself and not compare him to just, a random guy. Because 37 home runs for a random guy is like a career year. You know what I mean? But for Albert Pujols, 37 home runs is like, yeah, I could have hit 45 if I wanted to.
Let's see, before that he had 42, 47, 49, 37.
Right.
So since his Angels career, he had 30, 17, 28, 40, 31, 23, 19, 23. I mean, so you can probably tell, like, maybe there was because he only hit 40 one time.
Right.
And he only hit more than 30 home runs. He's been the Angels now for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Man,
8.
seems like 8 years, right?
Technically 9, but I'm going to say 8 full because last year I don't think counts because you couldn't put up like a full season of home runs then anyways.
Okay. Yeah,
So
no.
8 full seasons. And he's hit 30 home runs 3 times.
Yeah. But they were paying him as the best player in the league on that contract. So we have to use some context there too.
I mean, like I said, has a career. He's 662. I think this is the last year of his deal. So is he going to get 20 home runs at 40?
No, that dude ain't getting no 20 home runs this year. No, that dude will be lucky enough to get enough at bats to even be relevant.
This is a farewell year for Albert Pujols. So he's going to get bats.
Yeah, because it's a farewell year, all right. Because the Angels gonna tell his ass farewell, my friend. Farewell. We because that dude has been stealing checks for what, 2 years, 3 years?
Well, Freezy, I'm about to go.
Me too.
Calling it a night. So we'll see you after the Orlando game.
Yeah. Hopefully we won't be mad.